From 106-year-old Eldridge Park here on the elbow of Cape Cod, we welcome you into this edition of YD Red Sox Baseball. Red Sox traveling to face the Orleans Firebirds. YD at 15-10-2, coming off a tie against the Chatham Anglers yesterday. A 1-1 tie at Red Wilson Field, a brisk 2-hour game. Red Sox still struggling to figure out the Anglers' pitching staff this summer. However, the Orleans Firebirds, they have had their way with this summer. 4-0 versus the Firebirds. They look to make it 5-0 here today at Eldridge Park. Alongside Brian McLaughlin, I'm TJ Mathewson. Before we get to this game, Brian, the All-Star rosters were announced today, and the Red Sox will have 4 All-Stars, all position players, that will be here at Eldridge Park a week from tomorrow to face off. 3 starters. Wyatt Young will be starting at shortstop for the Eastern Division All-Stars. Riley King will be starting at third, and Austin Wells will be starting behind the plate for the Eastern Division. Noah Campbell, a reserve for the Eastern Division squad. The second year in a row, Noah Campbell has been named a Cape League All-Star. A special honor for these guys playing in the top collegiate baseball summer league of all, and being recognized as the best here with a couple weeks left in the season.
It's a great honor for these guys, and for guys like Austin Wells, Wyatt Young. You look at their stats, and I think that it was pretty clear they were going to at least be on the rosters, and great that they end up getting the start. Riley King has had a really hot last week, 2 home runs in there in 1 game, and so it's really great to see him honored. And Noah Campbell, how about that? A 2-time Cape Cod League All-Star. Hard to beat that. It's a really great honor for those guys. I think you look at this YD team, it makes sense, the picks. I think I would have really liked to see Taylor Dollard on the roster, but a really loaded staff in the Eastern Division in general. And so I think it makes sense, and it's really a great honor for those 4 guys and the 3 starters.
The counterparts across from the Red Sox today, the Orleans Firebirds will send 3 All-Stars to Eldridge Park, their home ballpark, a week from Sunday. It'll be Max Troiani, who will be starting in center field for the Eastern Division, and then a pair of arms, Jared Schuster and Noah Skiro, who the Red Sox will see today starting on the mound for the Firebirds. First, Brian, I want to talk about yesterday. We saw another fantastic pitching performance from Legend Smith. These 2 appearances he's had on the mound. First one was here about a week ago at Eldridge Park. He threw 5 shutout innings. And then yesterday was even better. Threw 6 1/3, did not allow a single run at home at Red Wilson Field.
Well, he told you he likes being a starter, and I think he's making his name to potentially put his name in the starting rotation every 6 days moving forward, and he's earned that at this point in the Cape League summer. Really good. The lefty throws right around 90 miles an hour, good off-speed stuff, can get strikeouts out there on the hill and create soft contact. What's not to like right now about Legend Smith? He is really throwing the ball well for the Red Sox.
The problem yesterday, though, outside of the first inning, the YD offense couldn't get anything going. They mustered just 4 hits. They scored that run back in the first inning, an RBI sac fly from Noah Campbell, but then Daniel Fetterman for Chatham absolutely shut them down. 7 innings, 3 hits, just 1 run for the Miami product. So we'll flip it over to today, and the Red Sox will face this 2019 Cape League All-Star Noah Skiro. He is 1-0 with an ERA just over 1 at 1.08 in 4 games. This will be his 5th start of the summer. In 16 2/3 innings, he's struck out 24 and walked 9. He's already faced the Red Sox this season, his last time out. 4 2/3 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts, a game the Red Sox came back to win at Red Wilson Field.
Really good job by Skiro so far this season, and the last time out against YD, 4 2/3, so not his deepest outing, but just effective out there on the mound. He's a good arm from the right side, and going up against a really YD lineup that is deep from top to bottom, it's going to be a tough matchup for Skiro today out there on the mound, but it's definitely strength on strength. One of the best starters for the Firebirds against this great YD lineup.
One of the best offenses in the league, the Red Sox, versus one of the best pitching staffs in the league, the Orleans Firebirds. Coming up next, here from Eldridge Park, first pitch moments away here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Noah Skiro is out on the bump and warming up, and we're just about ready to get underway here from Eldridge Park in Orleans, Massachusetts. TJ Mathewson and Brian McLaughlin here with you from Orleans. Lineup for Red Sox today sent out by Scott Pickler. Leading off, it'll be the shortstop. And the starting shortstop for the Eastern Division, Wyatt Young, leading off, batting .367, which ranks second in the Cape League this season. The center fielders, Brad Beasley, he bats second. Austin Wells, the catcher, bats third. Designated hitter Noah Campbell will bat fourth. And Jake Palmer, the right fielder, will bat fifth. Tate Samuelson, the first baseman, will bat sixth. The third baseman is Riley King. He'll bat seventh. Andrew Eister getting a start today in left field. He'll bat eighth. And rounding out the nine at second base will be R.J. Yeager. They'll get to face the right-hander out of Liberty, Noah Skiro, for the second time this summer. Skiro, 6'3", 225 pounds. I mentioned has already faced the Red Sox this season. His last time out on July 7th, 4 2/3 innings, a third of an inning away from his season high in innings. 1 run, it was earned, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts across 3 walks. So Wyatt Young, freshman out of Pepperdine, will step in. He taps his bat on home plate twice, digs in from the left side. Skiro kicks, first pitch. Fastball swinging a ground ball up the middle, scoots into center field for a base hit. Wyatt Young jumps right on the first pitch from Skiro, dribbles it right in between Tanner Murray and Shea Whitcomb, shaded up the middle. The middle infield for the Firebirds, and 1 pitch, and the Red Sox have a base runner. First pitch at 7:02 p.m. here in Orleans. 78 degrees as Brad Beasley, the junior out of Cal Poly, will dig in. Skiro will set and fire the first pitch. Fastball, called a strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Beasley hitting .250 this summer. Bats right-handed, 5 doubles, a home run, 5 RBIs for him. Young with 5 steals leads off of first, and the 0-1 swung on and fouled back. And the count's going to go to 1-1 on Beasley. Austin Wells stands on deck, the 3-hole hitter for Whitey today. The Firebirds defense across the outfield left to right. Zach Kokoska is in left, Max Troiani in center, Zach Britton in right. 0-2 misses upstairs to Beasley. Got the count wrong. Count was 0-2 on Beasley, and that pitch misses high, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. On the infield, it's Eddie McCabe at third, Tanner Murray at short, Shea Whitcomb at second, Trevin Esqueda at first. Breaking ball on the 1-2, swung on and fouled straight back. Beasley able to stay on the breaker right there, and the count stays at 1-2.
Yesterday, the top of the Whitey order got things going early. First 3 men all reached. It was Palmer, Beasley, and Wells yesterday. Young back in his spot in the leadoff spot gets things going, and Beasley's been hot at the plate.
Skiro sets right at the bell. And the 1-2. Swing and a fly ball, foul territory, first base side. That'll find some fans up on the hill on Eldridge Park. So 106-year-old Eldridge Park has the famous hill that lines the first base side. Goes up about 50 or so feet. Fans get chairs, blankets, sit up and down that first base side. 1-2 bounces in there, blocked by Rob Emery behind the plate. Catcher out of San Francisco. Just that one up, and the count goes to 2-2. Expecting a pretty packed house here tonight at Orleans. Teams second and third in the Eastern Division. Red Sox technically in a tie for first. It's the 2-2, swing and a chopper towards third. McCabe scoops it out of the dirt, bobbles it. Will have to make his only play over to first, and it's in time. So nice recovery from Eddie McCabe, able to get Brad Beasley going down the first base line. He tried to scoop it out of the dirt on 2 hops, fumbles it out of his glove, but still able to get it and recover and make a good throw over to Trevin Esqueda at first for out number 1. So that'll bring up Austin Wells, the starting All-Star game catcher for the Eastern Division. 5th in average, 1st in home runs, 1st in doubles for Wells. Digs in from the left side. First pitch to Wells. Fastball called a strike, and it's 0-1. That pitch at 90 miles an hour from Skiro. Big guy standing at 6'3", 225. Wells bats left-handed, the Pac-12 freshman of the year. On that fielder's choice, Wyatt Young moves up to second. It's the 0-1 is swung on and missed from Wells, and the count will go to 0-2. And there's just not much else you can say about the job Austin Wells has done in the middle of this lineup. Average, power, walks, he's done it all. Great defense, too. 0-2. Fastball, actually breaking ball there at 85, misses outside. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Opted to not do the Cape League home run hitting contest that takes place just prior to the All-Star game a week from tomorrow. They didn't want to screw up his swing. 1-2 on its way from Skiro. Here it comes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball down in the strike zone right below around the ankles of Wells as he fans right over the top of it. First strikeout of the night for Noah Skiro, and there's 2 down for the designated hitter, Noah Campbell.
Great pitch by Skiro to get Wells, like you said, TJ, just below the knees that Wells had to protect and go after and couldn't come up with anything.
There's Campbell, another all-star for YD. Red Sox have 4, Firebirds have 3. First pitch to Campbell. Fastball misses away at 90, and the count's 1-0. Cotuit leads with the most all-stars this year, and they have 8. One of the top teams in the Western Division, the Kettleers and the Wareham Gatemen. Fighting at the top, 3 points separate those two. Cotuit in second place. In the West, 1-0, swinging a ground ball out towards second base. Shea Whitcomb goes off to his right a couple steps. Fields makes the throw over to first, and it's in time to retire Campbell. So after the leadoff single on the first pitch of the ball game by Wyatt Young, the Red Sox are set down 1-2-3 and leave Young stranded at second base. Well, it's the bottom of the first here from Eldridge Park. No score between the Red Sox and the Firebirds on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. It'll be the sophomore out of Northeastern, Brandon Dufault, for his second start of the summer. He's just towing the mound for Scott Pickler today. Here's the lineup he'll face, sent out by Kelly Nicholson. In left field, Zach Kokosko will lead off. Zach Britton, the right fielder, bats second. Max Troiani, the center fielder, bats third. Ray Gill, the designated hitter, bats fourth. Traven Esquena bats fifth. At first base, Tanner Murray, the shortstop, bats sixth. As Kokosko digs in, the Kansas State product. Watch the first pitch from Dufault miss inside. This bottom of the first is underway here from Eldridge. Third baseman Eddie McCabe bats seventh. Rob Emery, the catcher, bats eighth. And rounding out the nine is Shea Whitcomb at second. 1-0 from Dufault, swinging a grounder up the middle. Trying to field it is Wyatt Young on a slide. It skips off his glove and sits in shallow center field. That'll allow Kokosko to reach over at first. And back, each team gets the leadoff runner on here to start this first inning. It'll be an infield base hit for Zach Kokosko to start the Firebirds bottom of the first.
Just kind of caused the ball to get up on around his armpit as he slid, making it an awkward stop and couldn't quite glove it cleanly.
Here's Zach Britton. First pitch, called a strike right at the knees on the inside corner. Breaking ball at 80 miles an hour, and it's 0-1. Dufault, primarily out of the bullpen for YD. It's only a second start, his 7th total appearance. 0-1 out of the stretch from Dufault. Northeastern product bounces one in there. A breaking ball at 82, and the count's 1-1. It's been a struggle for Dufault this summer. Has allowed almost 2 base runners to reach per inning, a whip of 1.93. Along with an ERA that sits just under 5. Spurting the red stirrup socks for YD today, 1-1. Breaking ball, or fastball, pardon, misses just in off the plate, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. The defense for YD, Jake Palmer is out in right field. Brad Beasley's in center, Andrew Eister in left. Then across the infield, Riley King, Wyatt Young, R.J. Yeager, Tate Samuelson. Austin Wells behind the plate doing the catching for YD to play. 2-1, inside, skips off the home plate umpire Calvin Baker, and Kareem's right near the YD dugout on the third base side. On the play, advancing to second is Kokoska. So a bat and break there. Wells couldn't stab that baseball out of the dirt, and it kicks off the home plate umpire Calvin Baker, and Kareem's away and allows the runner to advance. Dufault works from the first base side of the rubber. Kokoska leads off of second. Yet to steal a base this summer. 3-1, swing and a fly ball, backing up Jake Palmer in right field. Chasing it back towards the corner. He'll look up. It'll bounce off the wall. Rounding third and coming home is Kokoska. Britton will take his place at second. An RBI double from Zach Britton. His 9th RBI of the summer, his 6th double. Puts the Firebirds up early here in Orleans. It's 1-0. Just missed hitting it out of that short right field corner, just 314 feet down that right field side. Looked like it knocked off the wall, where Palmer had to go get it down that way. Got it in, but not before the run comes across to score.
Just hooked it down that line. Back-to-back hard-hit balls to begin the outing off of Dufault for the Firebirds.
Dufault now with Britton on at second, fires the first pitch to Troiani, the center fielder for Orleans today. 1-0 miss. First pitch misses outside, a breaking ball at 79 miles an hour. Troiani, the starting center fielder for the Eastern Division. The lone position player to make it for the Firebirds, 1 of 3. Dufault fires the 1-0. Swing and a ground ball past the diving King at third. Fielded by Wyatt Young deep in the hole at short. Long running throw to first is not in time. So a tricky play left side of the infield. A slow dribbler that Riley King dove at to his left, couldn't get to. Wyatt Young ranging to his right. Got it deep in the hole at short. Tried to make a Derek Jeter throw to first, but couldn't get Troiani. And 3 straight base runners have reached here against Dufault to start the first.
Great stuff by Wyatt Young, keeping it from getting to the outfield. That one just a soft hit that had some eyes through the infield off of Dufault for Troiani. But staying at second on the play is Britton. So still a double play in order with runners on first and second.
Dufault sets at the chest level and fires home the first pitch. Fastball misses low at 90 miles an hour, and the count's 1-0. Dufault, a native of Windham, New Hampshire, mainly a bullpen piece at Northeastern, as now Christian wanders out of the Red Sox dugout on the third base side. He's out to have a chat with Dufault, who's really struggled here early. This season at Northeastern, Dufault, a 1-2 record. 22 games, he started 8, a 5.4 ERA. In 55 innings, he struck out 47 and walked 35. Wanders said what he needed to say. We'll turn around and stroll back to the Red Sox dugout. An infield single, a double, and then another infield single has plated a run for the Firebirds on 3 hits, still yet to record an out. Red Sox are 4-0 against the Firebirds this year. They've won 2 games here at Eldridge Park, 2 each here at Eldridge Park and 2 at Red Wilson Field. First pitch, or 1-0, pardon, swing and a breaking ball is fouled straight back, and the count goes to 1-1. And the Red Sox have won overall 9 in a row against the Firebirds, dating back to last season. Gill, the designated hitter out of Miami, hitting just over 200 this summer at 207. He's got 3 long balls and 3 doubles. Some pop in that bat. 1-1. Swing and a fly ball, foul, straight behind home plate. And the count will go to 1-2 here on Gill. Gill, the Miami product. Saw Miami product yesterday, shut down this Red Sox lineup. Daniel Fetterman of Chatham. Dufault sets, looking for the first out here in the bottom of the first. Peeks back at second a couple times. Kicks, 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good breaking ball from Brandon Dufault. Buries it down and away, and Gill's down swinging. First strikeout of the game for Brandon Dufault. And there's finally one down here in the first inning. And Trevin Esqueda will come to the plate, the first baseman out of Loyola Marymount. Esqueda hitting just .214, has yet to record an extra base hit or an RBI so far. He struck out 8 times and walked none so far. Hit 16 home runs this past string for Loyola Marymount. First pitch from Dufault on its way. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count's 1-0. It just seems, Brian, that every hitter has been ahead 1-0 so far.
Yeah, Dufault struggled to be in the zone, and especially the batters that got hard hits off of him, Kokoska, Britton, both were up in the counts early against Dufault.
1-0. Breaking ball again. This one misses just off the plate again, and it's 2-0 here on Esqueda.
He's really trying to go with that breaking ball. He used it well against Gill. Didn't have the fastball command to the first couple batters, it felt like. Now he's going with more of that off speed.
Dufault behind 2-0. Still working out of the stretch. A peek back at second, and the 2-0. Swing and a pop-up, foul territory, drifts out of play third base side over the road that runs behind field here at Eldridge Park. Orleans Road runs right, parallel to the field, along the third base side. Cars buzzing behind us as we sit on the third base side of home plate. 2 balls and 1 strike here on Esqueda. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 91 miles an hour on the fastball there, the best fastball we've seen from Dufault. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Britton stands on at second base. Troiani stands at first. The Firebirds have a run in here in the bottom of the first on 3 hits. It's been a struggle for Dufault so far. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Again, 91 miles an hour on the fastball, blows away Esqueda. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brandon Dufault. Both swinging. 1 to Ray Gill, 1 to Trevin Esqueda. And there's now 2 down for the shortstop, Tanner Murray. And this is a Firebirds lineup, not surprising with the strikeouts. They strike out the most of any team in the game. 265 strikeouts entering today.
Well, 5 of the 9 guys in the lineup are hitting somewhere in the 240 range. You have 1 above 300 in Troiani, and everybody else even lower than that. So this is just a scuffling offense right now.
Here's Murray. Shortstop out of UC Davis. Swings over a breaking ball, first pitch. And it's strike 1, 0-1. This has been a struggling Orleans offense. 8th in the league in runs scored. 9th in average. 9th in on-base percentage. Don't hit many extra base hits. Don't hit many home runs. It's the pitching that has led Orleans to 3rd place in the Eastern Division so far. Dufault fires the 0-1. Swing and a fly ball out to left center field. Calling for it is Brad Beasley. He's there, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. So after allowing 3 base hits to start the ball game, Brandon Dufault comes back and retires the next 3 Firebirds to keep the scoring at just 1 run for the Firebirds here in the bottom of the first. What's the top of the second here from Eldridge Park? It's 1-0 Firebirds over Red Back here for the top of the second inning at Eldridge Park, it's going to be Jake Palmer, Tate Samuelson, Riley King set to come to the plate. As first pitch from Noah Skiro, the Firebirds starter today out of Liberty, fires a first pitch fastball at 90 miles an hour and catches the strike zone to Palmer. It's 0-1. Jake hitting in the 5 spot for Scott Pickler today as he grounds the 0-1 up the middle, off the glove of Tanner Murray up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Back-to-back innings, the Red Sox have had the leadoff man reach as Palmer stands over on at first base with a leadoff single. That'll bring up the first baseman, Tate Samuelson, with no one out. Samuelson hitting .218 this summer, a pair of doubles, a home run, and 4 RBIs for him. So he digs in from the right-handed side, a sophomore out of Cal Poly. 1 home run this summer for Tate. First pitch. Fastball misses a little bit low and away, and the count will go to 1-0. Palmer over on at first, 3 for 3 on stolen bags this summer. Got good speed, the sophomore outfielder out of UC Irvine. Skiro will set again, and 1-0, swinging a chopper foul up the third base side. The count will even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Skiro gets a new baseball from the home plate umpire, Calvin Baker. Samuelson, a couple of deep breaths, now stands back in the batter's box. The Liberty product will set at the belt, and the 1-1 on the way. Swing and a foul. Straight back from Samuelson, and the count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. A breaking ball left at the top shelf of the strike zone at 84. And the count is now in favor of Skiro, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Samuelson digs back in, the San Diego, California native. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a chopper this time. Again, drips foul. Third base side this time. As it scoots up past the windy dugout on the third base side. And the count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Orleans manager Kelly Nicholson looking for win number 350 in the regular season in his Cape League career. If he gets that here today against YD. 1-2. Swing and a foul out of play again. This one drifts behind home plate and clears the hill on the first base side. And the count will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes on Samuelson. By far the best weather we've gotten here at Eldridge Park this year. First night, foggy, rainy. Red Sox win 9-5 there. And the second night, more rain. Not as much fog, but still freezing cold. 1-2, swing and a foul out of play as it skips over the hill again on the first base side. And the count stays 1-2.
Both nights, just ugly weather. Tonight, picturesque. Sun setting over the hill. Pretty packed up there. Mid 70-degree weather, a little bit of a breeze. It's a
not too humid.
Yeah, perfect night here on the Cape.
We've had some hot ones the past few days. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Samuelson goes chasing after a breaking ball in the dirt, ends up off balance on his front foot. So there's strikeout number 2 for Noah Skiro here tonight. There's 1 out in the top of the second inning. That'll bring up the third baseman, Riley King.
Tate was in swing mode right there. He'd fouled off 4 straight pitches at the plate before waving over the top of the breaking ball. He was almost going to swing at anything. It could have been 10 feet above his head. He might have taken a cut in that at-bat.
So here's Riley King, one of 4 All-Stars for YD and one of 3 starters. He's going to get the starting nod at third base. First pitch breaking ball drops in there, called a strike, and it's 0-1. But good for Riley. Really broke out the power bat this past week. Hitting .328, 2 doubles, and 2 home runs for him. He got 3 of those 4 extra base hits a couple days ago. 0-1. Swing and a ground ball through the 5.5 hole into left field for a base hit. So both the third baseman, McCabe, and Murray dove to try and get that baseball, but it's split the third baseman and shortstop for Orleans. And there'll now be runners on at first and second with 1 out for Andrew Eister in the 8-hole for Scott Pickler today. With runners in scoring position, a chance to tie this ball game up.
Now here's a guy who, if he can start to swing it, adds another dimension, and this, I think, team can become a championship-level offense. It's a good offense right now, but Eister just adds a different dimension if he's really swinging it well up there and driving the baseball. He's really working hard and grinding right now in the off days.
Arguably the best raw power on this Whitey roster. Awaits the first pitch. His first pitch swung on and missed. A fastball right down the middle. It's cut on and missed. It's 0-1. We saw Eyster hit all 3 of his home runs within the first 2 weeks of the season, but has gone in a major slump over the past few weeks. He's just struggling to make contact. Average sits at 240, 0-1. Fastball stays a bit high, and the count will go to 1 ball and 1 strike.
The average still being above 240 shows just how hot Eyster was and how good a hitter he can be, because he's been in some type of skid. .091 average over the last 7 games for Eyster with 8 strikeouts.
Here's the 1-1. Check swing on a fastball outside, and Eyster didn't go around. First base umpire is Warren Nicholson, says he didn't go around. Frederico De Jesus is over at third. Umpires for today to compliment Calvin Baker behind the plate. But Eyster now has the count in his favor, 2-1. Skiro sets, peeks back at second. 2-1, swing and a miss from Eyster, and the count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eyster, a former JUCO product of Santa Fe College, hit over 400 there before transferring to South Carolina for his sophomore season, where he led the Gamecocks in batting average. Also knocked double-digit home runs over the fence. Some thunderous power in his bat. Skiro will set. And the 2-2. Strike 3. Fastball right at the knees, called strike 3. Skiro dots a fastball at 89 right at the kneecaps of Andrew Eyster. He throws his arms up in frustration, but doesn't really argue the call as he walks back to the Whitey dugout. There's 2 down. Third strikeout for Noah Skiro. Will bring up R.J. Yeager, the second baseman out of Mercer. Skiro sets, first pitch. Yeager takes inside, a breaking ball at 80 miles an hour, and it's 1-0. Yeager really struggling this summer, just a 118 batting average. 1 double, 6 RBIs. Mercer product awaits the 1-0. Fastball misses high, and it's 2-0 on Yeager. Wyatt Young, the leadoff man for Whitey, stands on deck looking to hit for the second time in 2 innings. Palmer with the leadoff base hit here in the second stands at second. Riley King stands at first. 2 base hits in the inning for Whitey. 2-0 pitch, misses well outside, and Yeager's worked the count 3-0. Yeager, a former freshman All-American. Perfect game freshman All-American, collegiate baseball freshman All-American. Hit well over 300 as freshman season at Mercer, but slumped a little bit here in his sophomore campaign, hit just 250, and is struggling even more here on the Cape. 3-0, well inside. Fastball at 89, misses in off the plate, skims the inside chalk line of the right-handed batter's box, and on 4 pitches, R.J. Yeager walks down to first.
That's not the guy you want to walk to load the bases before Wyatt Young. If you're Skiro, you want to attack R.J. Yeager in the bottom of the order like you did to Eyster, but instead the easy 4-pitch walk for Yeager, none particularly close, and they're loaded for Wyatt.
So Wyatt will step to the plate. He singled on the first pitch of the ball game right back up the middle. If he gets a base hit here, tie this ball game up, potentially give the Red Sox the lead. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball, misses. 5 straight balls from Skiro, and it's 1-0. Wyatt entered today hitting .367, 4 doubles, a triple, and 13 RBIs. The freshman out of Pepperdine, and now Rob Emery calls time to the home plate umpire, Calvin Baker, and goes out to have a word with Skiro, who's lost command here. 5 straight balls fired out of the hand of the Liberty product, and not the guys you want to face with the bases loaded. Red Sox lineup excellent, 1 through 5. Wyatt Young at the plate, second leading hitter in the league, the starting shortstop for the Eastern Division All-Star team. So Emery says all he needs to say, and we'll jog back behind the plate. Want to know the count here on Wyatt Young. Firebirds defense playing Wyatt Young straight up, outfielders medium depth. Skiro gets the sign he wants, comes set at the belt, and the 1-0. Swing and a foul out of play, left field side. That'll get onto Orleans Road. And the count will go to 1 ball and 1 strike. Interesting dimensions here at Eldridge Park. He got 300 to straightaway left field, 350 to left center, 434 to dead center field, 359 to right center, and 314 to straightaway right. As the 1-1 swinging a flare behind second base, but right there's the second baseman, Shea Whitcomb. A step onto the outfield grass. He's there, and he'll make the catch and retire Wyatt Young and the Red Sox here in the second inning. Waddy leads the bases loaded in the second. Well, heads to the bottom half of the frame. Firebirds up 1-0 here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom third of the Orleans lineup set to come to the plate against Brandon Dufault, out for his second inning of work. The sophomore out of Northeastern served up a run on 3 hits in the bottom half of the first inning. Look to set down the bottom third of this Orleans lineup. First pitch breaking ball to Eddie McCabe, the Georgetown product, misses down low, and the count's 1-0. McCabe hitting .246 this summer, a pair of doubles and 7 RBIs for him. Dufault kicks the 1-0. Swing and a miss from McCabe, and the count will even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. McCabe, 6 foot, 195 pounds, out of Norwalk, Connecticut. Shortstop for the Georgetown as the 1-1 swing and a liner fair inside the bag. Samuelson, it was a close play, but just let it go as that one will trickle onto the hill and get out of play. So a ground rule double to start this second inning for Eddie McCabe. Just keeps it fair down the first base foul line, and it scoots into the crowd, which will keep McCabe over on at second base and prevent him from going any further.
That ball was smoked down the first baseline. Samuelson far enough off the bag that didn't even try to dive. He had no play on that ball, and some wild spin as that just cut as soon as it landed and trickled into the fans down that right field line.
Here's Rob Emery, San Francisco product, bats right-handed. Catcher for Orleans today. First pitch from Dufault, instantly with a runner on. Breaking ball, swing and a miss from Emery, and it's 0-1. Firebirds started off the ball game with an infield hit, and they start off this second inning with a double as well. So now 4 base hits against Dufault here in 1+. It's been the problem for Dufault, has struggled to miss bats. Has struggled with control as well. Dufault sets right at the chest and the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball towards Wyatt Young at short. He was covering the second base bag, shaded up the middle. Over to his right, he can't get to it. It kicks off his glove. Emery's safe at first. Young was shaded behind the base runner at second. McCabe had to go way over to his right to get to that one and couldn't get there in the hole at short in time. And there will be runners on the corners with no one out for Shea Whitcomb.
You wonder if Riley King had more of a play on that ball. He was in towards the grass, softly hit to his left, but ended up deciding it was out of his reach. Let Young try to get it, but Young shit it up the middle, like you said. No real play.
So if Young's playing in his normal spot at shortstop, he probably has a play at first. Instead, runners on the corners, no one out for Whitcomb. First pitch misses well outside, and the count's 1-0. Whitcomb out of San Diego, teammate of earlier in this season Whitey Red Sox Adam Kerner. Playing at second base for your Firebirds today. Here's the 1-0. Fastball called a strike at 90 miles an hour, and the count's 1-1. This is a Firebirds team, struggles a lot on offense. They struggled the last two nights against the last place Hyannis Harbor Hawks. They lost 2-0 here at Eldridge Park 2 nights ago and were postponed yesterday in the third inning at Hyannis. The storm system moved here on Cape Cod. 1-1. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Throw down to second by Wells in time to get Emery, and he's toast. Staying over at third is Eddie McCabe, perfectly executed by the Red Sox. McCabe just didn't want to test the middle infield arm. It looked like Wyatt Young putting the tag down at second base for Rob Emery, who's toast on the base paths.
I think that was actually Yeager who got the tag down there, TJ. And then he has a shortstop arm as well. Those are two shortstops playing up the middle for YD. So either way, McCabe did not want to test it.
So maybe Emery was trying to get caught in between, but instead gets just thrown out at second. So 1-2 to Whitcomb. Misses well outside, a breaking ball at 81, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeager plays shortstop at Mercer, but playing second base here in a pretty decently stacked Whitey infield. Dufault now with the count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking for that second out here in the bottom of the second inning. McCabe leads off of third. Whitcomb digs back in, and the 2-2 swing, and it's fouled out of play, as that will find fans on the hill, and the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
TJ, you missed it yesterday during the broadcast. I almost made a catch on a foul ball. Just ended up hitting off my finger and falling, but you and Andre were on the call. We almost made the play. Alex and I ended up ricocheting off my hand off of our writer, Alexis Dill, on the balcony off to the side of the press box.
That's what we call agility right there. 2-2, swinging a foul up the third base side, and the count will stay even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We always like to see a good first step back. Hands come up. Always, though, when you don't got to glove, you got to play the bounce.
Yeah.
Did you guys play the bounce?
No, I had my scorebook in my left hand. I should have set it down and tried to go 2 hands. Instead, tried to just go the 1-hand barehanded catch and couldn't make the squeeze.
2-2. Swing and a foul that just catches a piece of Austin Wells and ricochets off to the side. Looked like that caught a piece of Wells' left hand. Gives a thumbs up to the Whitey dugout. Looks like he'll be all right. So the home plate umpire, Calvin Baker, walks about halfway out to the mound to give Wells a couple seconds to shake it off. And we'll toss a new baseball to Brandon Dufault. And get another strikeout here. Get the second out here in the bottom of the second inning. Dufault sets. And the 2-2 on the way. Swing and a rocket into right center field. That drops for a base hit. McCabe will come home to score. Palmer will cut it off in the gap and get it back into Yeager at second base. An RBI single from Shea Whitcomb puts the Firebirds up now 2-0. That one was touched up over the head of R.J. Yeager at second and into right center field to extend the lead for the Firebirds.
That's a pretty swing from Whitcomb. He sure crushed that ball just on a line in the right center. Already 6 hits for this Firebirds team against Dufault in an inning and 2/3.
6 hits and just 4 outs recorded for Brandon Dufault. The sophomore out of Northeastern will fire the first pitch to the leadoff man for the Firebirds. And Zach Kokoska swings right over the top of one. A breaking ball at 80 for strike 1. It's 0-1. Whitey bullpen situated off over the left field fence. We'll probably see some action there early. It's an arm up and throwing as the 0-1 is swung on and missed again by Kokoska, and it's 0-2. The Whitey defense shaded, Wyatt Young shaded up the middle. Riley King playing straight up and deep at third. The outfielders all playing about medium depth. Dufault sets at the chest level. He's ahead. Here's the 0-2. Fastball, best one we've seen from him today at 92, misses low. Right at the ankles of Kokoska, and the count's 1-2. Zach hitting .241 this summer, a double, a home run, and 4 RBIs. Reached to lead off the Orleans first, an infield single. Off of first is Whitcomb. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball misses down in the dirt at 80 miles an hour. And the count will now even up at 2-2. Good job by Austin Wells to keep that in front of him. Kokoska, 6 foot, 200 pounds. The outfielder out of Kansas State, a native of Latrobe, Pennsylvania. And 173 at-bats at 7 home runs for the Wildcats. 2-2. Breaking ball misses inside, right over the shoelaces of Kokoska. And after being behind 0-2, he's worked himself to a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. In a tricky situation here if Dufault loses Kokoska after being ahead 0-2. Right-hander sets again. And the 3-2. Swing and a foul straight back into the netting just off to our right. And the count will stay at 3 balls and 2 strikes. No chance to make a play here unless we get a pop-up, Brian. Be a little high up there.
That would be a skied pop-up, that's for sure. Not a whole lot of room to move around here either.
Majority of foul balls that head off into the third base direction make their way onto Orleans Road. That runs behind us. 3-2 on the way. Fastball misses just low for ball 4. That one didn't miss by a whole lot, maybe a little bit outside as well as low. As Dufault walks Kokoska and will put 2 on for Zach Britton. Britton doubled back in the bottom half of the first inning. And the Firebirds are threatening for more. Now 7 base runners have reached here with just 1 out in the bottom half of the second. The story it's been for Dufault this summer has struggled with base runners, and it's been more of the same. Britton digs in, first pitch. The Louisville product watches it miss outside, and the count's 1-0.
Looks like Chase Walter, the newcomer, just activated today from Western Carolina. Throwing again down in the bullpen, TJ.
Walter, the redshirt sophomore out of Peachtree City, Georgia. The newest YD Red Sox stands at 6'7". 1-0 on the way from Dufault. Breaking ball, called a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. This season, Walter was majorly a starter. A 4.84 ERA, 93 innings. Had a 5-6 record, struck out 114 batters for the Catamounts of Western Carolina. Dufault sets 1-1 on the way, Swing and a miss right over the top of a breaking ball, and Britton's behind 1-2. Britton, a native of Batesville, Indiana. 10 school at Louisville, the sophomore, 6'1", 205 pounds. At second is Shea Whitcomb. At first is Zach Kokoska. Here's the 1-2 from Dufault. Breaking ball, swung on and hit out to deep left field. This is backing up Eister. He's near the track. He's at the wall, and that one is gone. First home run of the season for Zach Britton. He takes Brandon Dufault Oppo over the left field fence and makes this a 4-0 Firebirds lead. 5-0, Firebirds lead here in the bottom half of the second inning. And the struggles for Brandon Dufault continue here at Eldridge Park.
3-run shot for Britton. Just an opposite fields ball that he got all of. He has 2 extra base hits on the day, and the Firebirds have absolutely gotten all of Dufault's. Now they have had everybody reach this inning. The only out coming out of the arm of Austin Wells.
Dufault's still out there. First pitch on the way to Max Troiani. Swinging a ground ball towards Wyatt Young at short. He fields, throws over to first, and the strong throw just in front of Troiani. The speedy Bentley product is retired for the second out of the second inning. Yeah, outside of that Rob Emery steal that Austin Wells gunned him down at second, it's been a struggle for Dufault. 4 base hits, 5 base runners total that have reached here in the bottom half of the second inning. Here's the cleanup man, Ray Gill, one of 2 strikeout victims for Dufault so far. He struck out back of the first. First pitch, fastball at 89, misses away, squeaks away from Austin Wells. And the count's 1-0. Dufault sets again. And the 1-0. Fastball at 88, called a strike by Calvin Baker, and the count's 1-1. Gill, the Miami product. Bats right-handed. Designated hitter for Orleans today. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss there from Gill. Breaking ball from Dufault, and he's ahead 1-2. What a swing, though, from Zach Britton. Looked like a medium death fly ball, but just kept going. And Firebirds putting up an exclamation point here early. 1-2 from Dufault. Swinging a line drive past Tate Samuelson at first and into right field for a base hit. It squeaks down towards the corner. Rounding the first base bag is Gill. He'll slide into second for a double. Palmer able to get that one in, but not quite in time. Didn't make it all the way to the corner. The grass yard Eldridge slowed it down. But it'll be another extra base hit for Orleans. Their fourth of the ball game. And now the eighth hitter of this second inning will come to the plate in Trevin Esqueda. Esqueda, also a strikeout victim back in the first inning. Inning 214 entering today. The Loyola Marymount product. Dufault has allowed 8 hits, walked 1, and recorded just 5 outs. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball misses away, and the count's 1-0. Gill now a lead off of second base. The sun is set behind the school here at Eldridge, lighting up the sky and making our view a lot better. 1-0. This is down and inside, gets away from Wells. Gill, a good secondary lead, will advance over to third. And a 2-0 count now here on Esqueda, and a runner over on at third. And the wheels have really just fallen off for Brandon Dufault here in the second inning. It has been a struggle.
Just been hit really hard, falling behind some batters, hasn't been able to get ahead and execute his out pitches, and when he hasn't been able to really, as I said, execute. He's been missing by a lot.
2-0, swing and a miss from Esqueda. Nice pitch there on the outside corner from Dufault, and the count's 2-1. Esqueda bats left-handed. Dufault sets again, and the 2-1. Swing and a broken bat, dribbler out towards second base. Yeager Fields will toss over to first, and that's in time. The bat went flying up the first base side. The handle snapped off. The rest of the bat, I'd say about 80% of it, went careening out towards the first base coach's box. But nonetheless, R.J. Yeager able to put it out 4-3 to finally end this second inning here from Eldridge. Led to the third, 5-0 Firebirds here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Top of the third inning back here at Eldridge Park. in Orleans. It's the Firebirds 5 and the YD Red Sox nothing as the Red Sox get their first at-bats today in the third inning. It's Beasley, Wells, and Campbell due up for the Red Sox. Still against the starter, Noah Skiro. First pitch to Beasley, misses away for ball one from Skiro. A 4 spot in the second for the Firebirds has them leading YD 5-0. Here's the 1-0 to Beasley. Fastball in there for strike one. A ball and a strike. Beasley bounced out to McCabe at third base back in the first inning. The two-man in the YD order. 1-1. Misses low, 2 balls and a strike. YD 3 hits through 2 innings, but they haven't been able to make anything of it. They left the bases loaded last inning in the second. The 2-1. Misses high and away. 3 balls and a strike to Beasley. On the other side of things, it is 8 early Firebirds hits, including a 3-run home run from Zach Britton that has them out in front 5-0. Skiro with the 3-1. Misses high and away, and Brad Beasley draws a leadoff walk to begin the Red Sox third inning. They've had a man aboard every inning. The leadoff man has reached in every frame against Skiro, and that brings up Austin Wells with nobody out.
Now, if there's one thing, Skiro hasn't been 100%, control around the zone. He's walked a couple. He's left a few over the middle of the plate as well. A Red Sox offense that has been prone to taking advantage of guys who have had off nights. And they've played well against the Firebirds this summer. And there's a lot of baseball left here at Eldridge.
Now Austin Wells to the plate. Soft sunset here at Orleans at Eldridge Park. Lights are on, not really taking any effect yet. Clouds non-existent tonight. Beasley on first, nobody out. First pitch to Wells. Ripped down the first base line, snagged by Esqueda. He steps on the bag, throw to second, gets away from the shortstop Murray into left. Throw behind the runner Beasley. He's back in time. Wells ripped a ground ball right at the first baseman Esquera. He made a nice stop, stepped on the first base bag to retire Wells. Beasley, who runs well, made it a close play at second. The throw kicked into left field. Zach Kokoska did a great job backing up the play. Then his throw into second base almost caught Beasley off the bag, but Beasley now in scoring position with 1 out after he got back with the head-first slide.
Now, that's just unfortunate for Austin Wells. He tattooed that ball right up the first base line.
First pitch misses high and away to Noah Campbell for ball 1.
And if first baseman Esqueda isn't playing right on top of the first base bag, that's most likely past him and down towards the right field corner and possibly be extra bases and a run for YD instead of fielder's choice.
5-0 Firebirds. 1-0 to Campbell. Gets by the catcher Emery off the dark green padding behind home plate. Back to him, but Beasley jogs to third base. And he's 90 feet from scoring the first Red Sox run of the day. Top of the third inning, Orleans leading by 5. Noah Campbell at the plate. 2 balls and no strikes after the wild pitch from the starter, Skiro. Campbell grounded out to the second baseman, Whitcomb, in his only at-bat today in the first. The 2-time All-Star, Noah Campbell from South Carolina, was a starter last year for the East squad, a reserve this season, hitting .292 entering today. The 2-0. Misses inside to Campbell, 3 balls and no strikes. Noah Campbell likely to go down as an all-time YD Red Sox great. The team MVP last season, an all-star appearance this year. 3 balls and no strikes to him here. The pitch. Ground ball back up the middle. The shortstop Murray charges, off-balance throw to first, gets Campbell, but Beasley's going to cross home plate, scoring from third, and the Red Sox are on the board. Campbell got jammed, just shoved it back up the middle. Nice play by Murray for the second out of the frame, but it's an RBI ground out for Campbell, and YD gets on the board 5-1 Orleans.
Just kind of one at a time. Default struggling early, 5 early runs, but this offense is, especially the top of the order, very capable of piecing together hits and runs. We saw it right there, just enough to get the job done, get the run in.
First pitch to Jake Palmer, flare down the left field line, foul territory, and that's out of play. Also out of our sight line behind the Red Sox dugout. Palmer singled in the second inning. He was stranded on third base. Red Sox have had a runner in scoring position in every inning. 5-1 Firebirds, top 3. Orleans looking to snap a 9-game losing streak here against the YD Red Sox. YD has had the Firebirds number these last 2 seasons. Here's the 0-1 to Palmer. Breaking ball just misses inside to the lefty Palmer, a ball and a strike. Skiro in his 5th start of the summer, 2nd straight against YD. Here's the 1-1. Misses away this time. The fastball to Palmer, 2 balls and a strike. Palmer has been pretty hot as of late, hitting .278 over his last 7 games, a single already today. The 2-1. Misses at the eyes, sends Palmer reeling. It was a bit tight as well. Now 3 balls and a strike. Palmer in right field today, a UC Irvine player. Normally the leadoff man for UC Irvine. Really a great on-base threat. 9 walks this summer. The wind and the 3-1 from Skiro. Misses upstairs. There's the great eye from Palmer, and he draws the 2-out walk. 2nd walk of the frame from Skiro, and Palmer's aboard. 3rd walk of the day for Skiro. Normally a guy with pretty good command, but 3rd free pass for the Red Sox, and that's going to draw a visit from the Orleans dugout. 2 down, 5-1, Orleans leads it.
And it's just Palmer always has an idea up there at the plate what he's going to do. And right there, just not going to chase anything, let Skiro come to him. And, you know, Skiro's been a little erratic with his command over the last 6 or so batters. 3 walks in those 6 batters. And, you know, Palmer going to make him throw him a strike. If he won't, he'll take his free base.
Skiro's pitch count just up over 50. There's a little bit of action in the Firebirds bullpen. YD has been busy in their pen since the 1st. Batter's Tate Samuelson, right-handed hitter from Cal Poly, and now Calvin Baker's going to head out and break up the meeting on the mound. YD 1 run across here in the 3rd. They trail 5-1. Samuelson at the plate struck out swinging, went after a pitch in the dirt. Last inning in the 2nd. .218 hitter on the summer. Teammates with Brad Beasley, Taylor Dollard, the Cal Poly trio that's here with the YD Red Sox. Skiro keeps stepping off the mound. Not sure what he's waiting for out there. He was trying to go from the windup. Now he's ready to go from the stretch. Jake Palmer on first base. Samuelson at the plate. Here's the first pitch. Fastball misses away for ball 1. Palmer, 3 stolen bases of the season at first. Any chance we try to see him go to second here, TJ?
We'll see. It got to be the right pitch. Maybe pick a favorable count with a breaking ball.
1-0, ripped back up the middle, center field, base hit for Samuelson. Troiani snares it on a bounce out there in center, and that's back-to-back 2-out base runners here for the Red Sox in the 3rd.
All right, as you say, that doesn't even matter. Advances to second base. Solidly hit ball from Tate Samuelson. Nicely hit right back up the middle, and a chance for one of the hotter bats in the YD lineup, who's already got a hit today, Riley King. A chance for a 2-out RBI and draw the Red Sox another run closer.
YD trying to chip away. It was a 5-run Firebirds lead after 2. 1 run already across here. Riley King at the plate with men on first and second. First pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 1 to the all-star Riley King. Another man swinging a hot stick at the plate. .333 average over the last 7 for Riley. 2 long balls. The Georgia Bulldog digs back in. 0-1 count. Skiro deals. Misses upstairs. A ball and a strike to King. King joking around pregame. 4 men in his batting practice group. Said he wanted to hit 4th in the group because he needed practice hitting cleanup. 1-1. Misses up to King. 2 balls and a strike. King was the cleanup man for a good part of this YD season. Struggled to drive in runs, however. So Scott Pickler slid him down in the order, and all of a sudden, King has just been raking.
First game, they move him down to the 7-hole, 2 home runs and a double.
Think the move worked. Hitting in the 7th spot again tonight. Here's the 2-1. Ripped back up the middle. That's a base hit. Palmer wheeling around third, picked up by Troiani. Palmer slams on the brakes. 2 hopper came into the plate. Emery down to 2 knees to block it. But 3 straight men have reached for the Red Sox here in the 3rd. That's going to bring up Andrew Eister with the bases loaded and 2 down.
That's just textbook from Troiani and Emery. It's a softly hit single up the middle, so Troiani able to field it in shallow center field and make a strong two-hop throw that was right to the third base side of home plate. Would have been perfect spot to throw out Jake Palmer if he decided to come home, but Palmer smartly slams on the brakes at third and gives a chance for Andrew Eister. It's the tying run at the plate.
Eister went down looking in his first at-bat today. First pitch this time around, misses away to Eister for ball one. 5-1, Orleans lead it. Bases are juiced for Andrew Eister. Light tower power, but as cold as it gets in the batter's box. 1-0. Misses upstairs again. Eister lays off. 2 balls and no strikes. Big spot here for Andrew Eister. Still early, top of the third. Beautiful night here in Orleans. I think we're in for a good one. Skiro comes set. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Eister went after the fastball down the middle. Just gets air. 2 balls and a strike. Brad Beasley led off the inning with a walk. He would come around to score on a Noah Campbell ground out. Since then, it's been a walk to Palmer and back-to-back singles for Samuelson and King. 2-1 to Eister. Called strike right at the knees. The Red Sox dugout up in arms. Thought it was low. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes to Eister. Eister back in the batter's box. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Skiro sets right at the belt. The pitch. Fouled back by Eister. The South Carolina Gamecock battling with 2 strikes here. Eister hitting .091 over his last 7. In need of a base hit. As much potential and power as anybody in this lineup. The 2-2. Cracked, shallow right field. Incoming the right fielder, Britton. He settles underneath it, and he'll make the catch. YD leaves the bases loaded for the second straight inning, but they push one across. Here in the third, 5-1 Firebirds. Home half of the third coming up next. This is the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the third inning, it's a new arm on the mound for the Whitey Red Sox. Chase Walter out of Western Carolina takes over for Brandon Dufault as it's Murray, McCabe, and Emery all up for the Firebirds. They lead it 5-1 here as we begin the home half of the third. Walter making his debut here for the Red Sox. 6'7" from Western Carolina. First pitch, fastball from the righty in there for strike one. 91 miles an hour on the radar gun from Walter. Walter, a 4.84 ERA this past season at Western Carolina. 11 starts, 19 appearances for him. The 0-1. Hit in the air, pretty deep right field. That's going to chase Palmer back towards the corner. He rounds it, and he makes the catch above the brim of his cap. Fly out from Murray for the first out here in the third. And that's one down for the Firebirds. That's going to bring up Eddie McCabe.
And what Whitey is probably going to want to see from Walter, just some strikes, maybe a few swings and misses. Brandon Dufault didn't get a whole lot of those in his outing. Really struggled to put away these Firebirds hitters, and Pick is hoping that Walter will do it.
First pitch in there for a called strike. That's the off speed to the righty Eddie McCabe. Walter working from the stretch here, even with the bases empty. The 0-1. Another breaking ball, chopped up the third base line. A foul ball from McCabe. Walter out in front quickly, 0-2. I have to like the fact that he's throwing strikes here early, TJ. McCabe is 1 for 1 today. He doubled and scored last inning in the second. The 0-2. Fastball just misses upstairs. The ball in 2 strikes.
Was able to put away a lot of hitters this year. Struck out over 100 batters in his 93 innings this spring at Western Carolina. It's a big, imposing presence there on the mound.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 1, out number 2 here in the third for Chase Walter on the hill. Good start for the Western Carolina man out of the pen for Brandon Dufault. Dufault's final line, he went 2 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 runs. They're all earned. 1 walk, a couple of strikeouts for Dufault. Not his best out. But Walter starting really strong here in the third for the Red Sox. They trail it 5-1, 2 outs, bases clear for Rob Emery. First pitch, crushed but way foul by Emery. He absolutely skied it up around the lights towards the parking lot down the right field line and out of play. 0-1. Walter brings the 0-1. Breaking ball in there for strike 2, and he's out ahead of Emery. Working ahead of all 3 men as well. Fastball sitting right around 90. Breaking ball in the low 80s at the moment. Walter, a late addition to this Whitey roster after throwing over 90 innings in school ball this spring. Took a couple months off, but the arm looks lively here early. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Chase Walter, a 1-2-3 third. He made that look easy. 5-1. Firebirds lead it through 3. It's going to be Yeager, Young, and Beasley due up when we return here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the fourth back at Eldridge Park. It's 5-1 Firebirds over the YD Red Sox. 9-1-2 due up for YD. It's a fresh arm out of the Orleans Firebirds bullpen. A familiar face for the YD Red Sox, David Steele, a former Red Sox, coming in to face his old team here on this Saturday night in Orleans. New team, the Firebirds, leading 5-1. Steele making his second appearance for the Firebirds. He went 2 innings the other night against Chatham. It was a scoreless 2 innings of work for Steele. Struck out a couple and walked 1. Yeager, Young, Beasley set to bat for the Red Sox here in the fourth. Steele from the stretch out there on the mound. A breath and the first pitch to Yeager. In there for strike 1 on the fastball. Final line for Noah Skiro, the starter tonight for the Firebirds. He went 3 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. It was an earned run, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Steele. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses away to Yeager, a ball and a strike. Yeager walked in the second inning. He was on base with the bases loaded. Wyatt Young popped up to end the second. Whitey has left the bases loaded in 2 of the 3 innings tonight, both the second and the third. The 1-1. Breaking ball misses up to Yeager, 2 balls and a strike. Steele only made a couple appearances as a Red Sox. He went an inning and a third in those 2 times out on the mound and had a couple of strikeouts. Didn't give up any runs. Teammates, in fact, with Brandon Dufault at Northeastern. The starter tonight for YD. The 2-1. Misses low to Yeager, 3 balls and a strike. So all sorts of David Steele connections going on tonight. Top of the fourth inning, 5-1 Firebirds. 4-run second inning for Orleans has them out on top. Here's the 3-1. Misses way up high for ball 4, and Yeager, for the second time today, has drawn a walk. So RJ aboard for the second time tonight. And this time it's a leadoff walk to begin the fourth, and now the top of the YD order to the plate with Wyatt Young.
And the thing is, this Red Sox lineup really hasn't made Orleans pay yet. Outside of a fielder's choice from Noah Campbell, they've left the bases loaded in both the third and the second inning. And Yeager, who's hitting just over 100 on the summer, has walked on a couple of counts that really haven't been close to the strike zone.
4 pitches in his first at-bat, 5 in plate appearance number 2. First pitch to Young, misses inside to the lefty for ball 1. So Steele with some command issues, and already Orleans, another righty, throwing with a fury out beyond the right field wall. Lights starting to take a bit of effect. Beautiful night here in Orleans. A ball and no strikes to Young. Steele to the plate. Fastball brushes the outer edge for strike 1 to Young. Wyatt Young, the starting shortstop for the Eastern Division in the All-Star game. Quite the story for Wyatt Young. From the temp roster, temp signing, to the All-Star game starter. The 1-1. Ripped, shallow right field, incoming Zach Britton. He slides in right field and he makes the catch. Great jump by Zach Britton, and he goes down in a slide onto the grass to retire Wyatt Young for the first out here of the fourth inning.
Britton didn't even bother taking first step back. He had that one tracked right off the bat of Wyatt Young into his right, easily into the slide, makes the nice catch. We've seen a couple of nice plays from the Orleans outfield here tonight.
Coming in and to his right, into the right center gap. Britton read it well and robbed Wyatt Young of a base hit. That one down for Brad Beasley. Steele, the righty, set on the mound. First pitch to Beasley. Breaking ball, skips in the dirt, but it's picked by Emery. Ball 1 to Beasley. Beasley, a ground out and a walk today. He came around and scored last inning after leading off the frame with a walk. Yeager on first with 1 down for YD. Steele, the 1-0. Fastball in there for a strike. 1-1 now to Bees. Great crowd on hand here tonight at Eldridge, packing the hill off to our right, sprinkled down to the left as well, and dots out around center field, peering over the fence out there. Here's the 1-1. Fastball misses away this time to Beasley. 2 balls and a strike. Five to 1, Orleans leads it over YD. Two of the top 3 teams in the Eastern Division battling it out tonight. Beasley chokes up just a hair from the right side. 2 balls and a strike to him. The pitch. Fastball off the plate away again. 3 balls and a strike to Beasley. A little bit of command issues right now for Steele out there on the mound. Leadoff walk to Yeager. Young attacked the first pitch and hit it well, but Britton robbed him of a base hit. Infield playing Beasley to pull. Second baseman Whitcomb shaded up the middle. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Beasley took a healthy hack on the 3-1. Comes up empty. Now the count is full with 1 down. Troiani pretty shallow in center field for Beasley. Everybody else is straight away across the outfield. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Steele brings the pitch. Taken inside, called strike 3. Yeager takes off for second. Throw not in time. So a called strike 3 gets Beasley on the inside corner, but Yeager swipes second base. So he moves into scoring position, and now there's 2 down for Austin Wells.
That just looked like a borderline breaking ball on the inside corner. Was just caught just enough for the black for Calvin Baker behind the plate to bring up Brad Beasley. Not too pleased with the call, but has to head back to the YD dugout.
Steele gets his first strikeout out on the mound for the Firebirds, and now there's 2 down for the 4th inning of the night. It's the top of the 4th. YD has another man in scoring position. Had somebody on at least second base in every frame so far. Wells, the all-star catcher in the left-handed batter's box, 0 for 2 tonight, facing Steele for the first time. From the stretch, Yeager leads from second. The pitch. Breaking ball, bends in there for strike 1 to Wells. Wells thought it missed above the belt, but called strike 1. 5-1, the Firebirds lead the Red Sox. YD is threatened tonight, but just has not been able to cash in. Two looks to second, now the 0-1. Breaking ball in the dirt, and it gets past Emery all the way to the backstop, and Yeager scoots up to third base. So now a man 90 feet away for the Red Sox with 2 down in the 4th. Wells, the go-to RBI man for the Red Sox this summer. Leads the team near the tops of the league. League leader in home runs with 6. Waves his black bat a couple times. Dark red batting gloves. The 1-1. Misses upstairs. 2 balls and a strike to Wells. Wells has had an outstanding summer for the Red Sox. Batting here with a man on third and 2 down. 5-1, Firebirds lead. 2 balls and a strike to Wells. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. 2-2 now from Steele to Wells.
You saw Wells with that breaking ball get called a strike. Like he said something to home plate umpire Calvin Baker, disagreeing. Thought that one might have been a little bit outside.
Wells, a wide stance, slightly broader than his shoulders. Hands just behind his back ear. The 2-2. Breaking ball, called strike 3. Wells looks at 3 hooks from Steele on the mound, and the Red Sox leave a man in scoring position for the 4th straight frame. They have stranded 8 through 4. It's 5-1 Firebirds. Bottom of the 4th coming up next. This is the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the fourth here at Eldridge Park. The Firebirds have their 9-1 and 2 men due up here in the home half of the fourth inning. They lead at 5-1 over the YD Red Sox. Whitcomb, Kokoska, and Britton all due up for Orleans. Still Chase Walter on the mound for the Red Sox. He worked a very clean 1-2-3 third in relief for Brandon Dufall. Walter, an impressive first frame of his YD career. First pitch to Whitcomb in there for strike one. He's been ahead of every batter he's faced so far.
It's been refreshing to see from Dufalt, who was really struggling with his curl. You have Walter come in, set down 3 straight Firebirds in his half of the third inning. And already ahead here to Whitcomb.
The 0-1. Breaking ball in there for strike two.
And we've seen command of all 3 of his pitches. 3 pitches, fastball, splitter, and curveball.
Walter started 11 games for Western Carolina. Came out of the bullpen 8 times. The 0-2. Fouled off by Whitcomb out of play. Up in the air behind home plate. We'll see another 0-2 pitch. Whitcomb hit an RBI single in the 4-run second for the Firebirds. He would also come around to score on the Zach Britton 3-run bomb to left. 5-1 Orleans over YD. Another 0-2. This one hit pretty well in the air, deep right field. Jake Palmer racing back near the warning track. He leaps at the wall, and it's gone. Home run. Just over the reach of Jake Palmer in deep right. Shea Whitcomb leaves the yard. Snuck over the wall down the right field line. That's a solo shot. 6-1. Firebirds leading.
And you see Chase Walter on the mound after Whitcomb rounds the bases and scores. He just shrugs at Austin Wells. He couldn't believe that one got out. He cracked a smile on that one. It looked like Whitcomb just reached out and poked the bat at it and flicked it over that right center field fence. Caught the barrel and caught enough juice to just get out of here. I mean, off the bat, it seemed like a fly ball to maybe just deep outfield.
First pitch grounder, right side. Diving backhanded play by the second baseman Yeager. Throw from his knees won't be in time. Infield single, Zach Kokoska reaches base. Back-to-back hits off of Walter here in the fourth.
And then, yeah, just a couple of maybe bad luck hits because the way Walter reacted was not expecting that one to get out. He thought that one was going to get caught, tracked down in the right field by Jake Palmer.
Looked like he felt like he executed his pitch. That's for sure. 2 home runs on the night now for the Firebirds. First pitch to Zach Britton, misses low, scoots past Wells. Runner takes off for second. Throw won't be in time. It's going to be either a pass ball or a wild pitch on Wells and Walter. Ball 1 to Britton. He has one of the 2 bombs. A great day for Britton at the plate. 4 of the 6 RBIs for the Firebirds. An RBI double and the 3-run blast to opposite field and left off of Brandon Dufall. A man on second now, nobody down. Walter with the 1-0. Off speed, misses down low. That might have been the splitter. 2 balls and no strikes, and Wells is going to go have a chat. Orleans came into today with only 11 home runs. That's 8th in the Cape League. They have 2 more to up their total to 13. This team has really been struggling to swing the bats near the cellar in most offensive categories, but they have hit the ball well tonight. 10 hits in the first 3 innings and change. 2-0 is the count to Britton, the Louisville man. Hits from the left side. Walter, the righty from Western Carolina, in his debut on the mound for the Red Sox. Here's the 2-0. Fastball misses just inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Nobody down. 1 run already across in the fourth here for Orleans. Infield, massive hole on the left side for the Red Sox. Young holding the base runner. 3-0. Off speed, misses upstairs. That's ball 4. Runners on first and second, nobody down for the Firebirds. After a great first inning of work in the third for Walter, things are not going quite as smooth here in the fourth.
It's the first 2 hitters been well around the strike zone. The stuffs look good. Looks like he's, for the most part, hitting his spots. Just that 4-pitch walk to Britton, nowhere near the strike zone. For the most part, though, it looks like he's executing what he needs to do. Just some bad luck sprinkled in there.
Now Max Troiani at the plate. First pitch to him. Fastball just misses down low for ball one. Lone all-star in the lineup for the Firebirds. They had a couple of pitchers make the all-star team. Troiani, their lone position player. 1-0. Fastball in there for strike one. Troiani hitting .333. Only one extra base hit, a double, but just a singles machine. Men on first and second, nobody down for Orleans in the fourth. They lead at 6-1. Walter, a couple of glances to second. Now the pitch. Chased in the dirt by Troiani. It's blocked by Wells. I think that was the splitter from Walter. Got Troiani to chase. Now a ball and two strikes.
Splitter, for the most part, the same action as a changeup. Supposed to look, for the most part, like a fastball until it gets right around the 50-foot mark and then just dives down and out of the strike zone.
Walter with the 1-2. Troiani bounces it out in front of home plate. Walter, the pitcher, has it. He'll overhand to first. Not in time. Troiani busted it down the line and able to get the infield single. Walter shoveled it to first, but not enough velocity on that toss to beat Troiani, and now they're loaded. Still nobody down for the Firebirds, and Raymond Gill at the plate.
Just, again, bad luck. For the most part, that one a swing bunt out in front of home plate. Yeah, a little bit more velocity from Chase Walter on his throw to first base might get Troiani, but really good speed from the Bentley product, Troiani, who's playing center field for the Firebirds today.
Bases are loaded, nobody down for the Firebirds. A home run and two infield hits on the inning. Also a walk. First pitch to Gill. This is low, ball one. Middle infield still back for Whitey. The ball's been carrying well tonight, and Whitey's hitters have threatened against this Orleans staff. They just haven't been able to really get things going in bunches. 1-0. Gill cracks it in the air, high and deep right field. There's going to be room this time for Palmer. He loses the ball, and it falls in front of him. Palmer lost it in the night sky. One run scores. That's going to be all. Bad luck, and the inning continues for YD. Palmer looked like he had it tracked, and then all of a sudden he lost it in this dusky sky up ahead. Just light enough blue where the ball would blend in, and Palmer could not read it. That's going to be a single for Gill. He'll get an RBI. Kakaska scores. Britton to third. Troiani advances to second. 7-1 Firebirds.
Man, another ball that probably should just be an out. And Palmer, confusion whether he lost it up in the lights or lost it up in the night sky. But nonetheless, he throws his hands up in the air, signaling he doesn't know where it is. Ends up dropping about 5 feet to his right.
First pitch misses inside to Trevin Esquera. Esquera today is 0 for 2. One of just a couple men without a hit in this order for the Firebirds. In fact, just Esquera and Murray. 1-0, swing and a miss. A ball and a strike now to Esquera. Seven to 1 Firebirds. Bottom of the fourth inning. Pushed across 2 runs already. Bases are still loaded with nobody out. The ball and a strike to the left-handed hitting Esquera. That's your switch hitter. 1-1 in there for strike 2. Esquera from Loyola Marymount hitting just .214 for the Firebirds. Strikeout and a ground out for him today. Middle infield still back for YD. King even with the bag at third. Samuelson back at first. 1-2, swing and a miss. There's the first out of the fourth for YD. Walter fans Esquera. There's one down now in the fourth. Pick out now, perhaps to get Walter on the mound after a promising first start for the Red Sox. First appearance for the Red Sox. Whitey does have action going in their bullpen. It's been a tough luck inning for Walter. That's going to do it for Chase Walter, his debut. 7-1 is the score as he exits. The 3 base runners are his responsibility. That looks like Carlos Lamelli coming out of the pen for YD. 7-1, Orleans will be back here in just a moment. The batter is going to be Tanner Murray when we return here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. And it is still the bottom of the 4th. It is 7-1. Orleans over YD. Tanner Murray at the plate. It's Carlos Lamelli out of the bullpen for the Red Sox, just making his return for YD after the stint off the roster. He was a little bit banged up after a start a while ago. His first relief appearance of the summer for YD. Lamelli steps off. YD might have had a pickoff play on. Samuelson raced in behind the runner at first, Ray Gill. Bases are loaded, 1 out here for the Firebirds. Tanner Murray at the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. One of just 2 Firebirds that are hitless. They have 12 hits in 3 1/3 innings. Lamelli, first pitch to Murray. Drops down sidearm in there for strike 1.
It's great to see Lamelli back out there. That night in Chatham, that 15-1 loss, he exited after a third of an inning. Scary moment for us, but it looks like he was all right in the long term. Hung around, released for about a few days, clear up a roster spot, but never left. And now back here, healthy and throwing.
In his 3 starts, he worked just a total of 9 2/3, but as TJ said, that's partially just because he only worked a third of an inning against Chatham. Was not right that night in Chatham, had to leave early. The 0-1 to Murray. Popped up, right side. I just lost it up there. Samuelson racing in foul territory. It's out of play. I don't know if Palmer ever saw it. Samuelson slides down into the area where the fans are seated down that right field line. Man, seeing that ball go up, I understand why Jake Palmer lost the ball in the lights a few moments ago. It just disappears into the sky.
I don't even think he saw it. He was jogging towards that right field side. Either realized he wasn't going to get to it or he just didn't see it. It was well foul, almost up onto the hill.
Lights have taken effect onto the infield, but up in the sky, it is still a beautiful shade of blue, but pretty easy to lose the ball up there. Palmer already lost 1 in the sky this inning. The 0-2. Fouled off by Murray, up and out of play.
Well, first impression of Chase Walter from what we've seen, I was impressed. Hit his spots good velocity, was around the strike zone. Just got hit with some bad luck.
Yeah, ends up going an inning and a third. Gave up a home run on a pitch that was not a terrible pitch, just poked out to right field. The ball really carrying tonight at Eldridge Park. Gave up 2 infield hits, a walk, and then a ball that should have been caught in right. 0-2, fouled off again by Murray and out of play. So realistically, that's 3 balls as that smashed perhaps a car up in that parking lot.
Or the greenhouse. Yeah, there's a greenhouse right there.
Gotcha. Glad it's not a car.
Feel like we'd hear a couple more alarms.
Yeah, you're right. Although, who knows? Maybe they have an alarm on the greenhouse.
Yeah, we'd find out.
0-2 count to Murray. 7-1, Firebirds lead. The pitch. Ripped past Samuelson. Fair ball down the right field line. Again inside the first base line. It's out of play into the fan section. 2 cross the plate for the Firebirds, and it's 9-1. Orleans lead it. They have peppered that right field line tonight. Another double. This time Tanner Murray gets in on the party. He drives in Britton and Troiani on the ground rule double.
That one was scorched, but just outside of the reach of Tate Samuelson at first, trying to snag that one before it hooked fair inside that right field foul line. And we've seen 2 or 3 balls go down that way tonight and have spelled trouble for the Red Sox. And the Firebirds continue to execute with runners in scoring position. They've done it all night.
Eddie McCabe now up. Runners on second and third. First pitch is a called strike to McCabe, 0-1. 8th man to come to the plate here in the frame for the Firebirds. They have already scored 4 runs. They scored 4 in the second, 4 here again in the fourth. They lead at 9-1. 9th run came back in the first inning. The 0-1. McCabe takes a called strike. 0-2 from Lamelli. Carlos Lamelli, the 3rd man in relief tonight for the Red Sox. 3rd man on the mound, I should say. 2nd in relief. The righty from St. Mary's. Infield's half up. Nobody quite on the grass. Runners on second and third with 1 down. The 0-2. Breaking ball, chopped left side. Wyatt Young has to backpedal. A run is going to score. The only plays to first. They will retire Eddie McCabe, but it's an RBI ground out to get the Firebirds into double digits. Raymond Gill trotted home and scored. And now there's 2 down. Staying at second base is Tanner Murray. And now the Firebirds have batted around with Rob Emery to the plate. Ninth man to come to the plate in the inning for the Firebirds. Runner on second, 2 down. Lamelli to Emery. The pitch. Breaking ball misses for ball 1. 13 hits on the night for Orleans. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning, and they lead YD 10-1. They have exploded. This offense that has been stagnant the last few weeks. 1-0. Fouled back. A ball and a strike. This night could be really different, TJ. YD has already, through 4 innings, left 8 men on base. They've only been able to score 1. On the other side of things, a couple of long balls and some timely hitting and some lucky bounces for the Firebirds, and they're up 10-1. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball misses inside. 2 balls and a strike. Lights are on here in Orleans, so we're going to play the full 9. No weather impending that I know of. And Orleans bullpen that has been shaky at times. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Feels weird to say, but part of me thinks that the Red Sox aren't out of this, even though they're down 9. It's the 4th inning. They've hit the ball well. They themselves have 5 hits to go with 3 walks. It would be quite the comeback, but part of me feels like YD's got the licks to be able to do it tonight. Not saying they will. It would be quite the effort. 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Lamelli ends the 4th with a strikeout. Firebirds are able to push across 5 runs in the inning. They are able to get 5 hits. They only strand 1 in the frame. 10-1, Orleans after 4. This is the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Back here at Eldridge Park for the top of the 5th inning. Red Sox trailing the Firebirds 10-1 here at Eldridge Park. TJ Mathewson and Brian McLaughlin with you. It'll be a new arm out on the mound for the Firebirds. First pitch to Noah Campbell, cut and a miss from the South Carolina Gamecock. It's 0-1. It'll be Reed McLaughlin out of BYU. Right-hander ahead 0-1 to Noah Campbell. And the 0-1. Breaking ball misses a bit low, and the count will even up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
No relation to me, Reed McLaughlin.
And you say your last name 2 different ways.
Well, so the PA announcer here announced it as Reed McLaughlin. My name is McLaughlin, but
1-1 to Campbell, swinging a high fly ball to left field. This is backtracking the left fielder, Kokoska, and he backs up a few feet near the fence, and he's there to make the catch for the first down of the inning. But one of the last names I struggle with the most, Brian.
Well, it's when people see it, everybody sees the GH and you see laugh in the middle, and the automatic thing your thought is to say McLaughlin. Some people do say it like that, but I've found more often than not it's McLaughlin. So I don't know if that's how Reed says it or how his family says it, but that's how they're saying it here at Orleans Park tonight.
Here's Jake Palmer. First pitch from McLaughlin. Catches the inside corner, and it's 0-1.
You nailed that.
I'm working on it.
From Scottsdale, Arizona as well. So
it's like our scout liaison, Alex Chapman. 0-1, swinging a foul ball out of play. That clears Orleans Road behind us, and the count's 0-2. McLaughlin, the Scottsdale native, attends BYU in his first appearance of the summer here in Orleans. He said 0-2 to Jake Palmer. One out here in the top of the 5th. 0-2 on the way. Fastball misses away at 90 miles an hour, and the count will go to 1-2. Standing at just 5'11", 175 pounds. Still a packed house here at Eldridge Park. Beautiful night for baseball. Temperature sitting in the mid-70s. McLaughlin fires home the 1-2. Fastball misses upstairs. Right above the letters, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sun is fully set, still a distant glow out to the west. But for the most part, the sky is dark. A mostly full moon shines over to our left, just beyond the left field foul pole. Here's the 2-2 on the way. Fastball misses upstairs at 90, and the count will go full to Jake Palmer, 3-2. Palmer, the sophomore out of UC Irvine, has struck out more than has walked more than he struck out this summer. Did the same thing at school as well.
Just continues to get on base.
Palmer sits and awaits the 3-2. Fastball misses inside for ball 4. McLaughlin placed that one just off the inside edge, and Palmer laid off of it. It was a borderline pitch, but that just shows you the eye of Jake Palmer as he walks here with 1 out. So 1 on and 1 out, and here's Tate Samuelson. Singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Legendary 106-year-old Eldridge Park the side of tonight's game. First pitch, a cut and a miss from Samuelson, and it counts 0-1. Cal Poly slow product. San Luis Obispo, the cello stands for in the Cal Poly. Beautiful campus. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses a bit inside. The count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike.
When did you visit there?
Never have. Seen some pictures, though.
Gotcha.
Place I would like to visit, though. Seems like just north of, I believe just north of LA. On the coast. 1-1 the count on Samuelson. Here's the pitch. Swing and a line drive into right field. Tailing back towards the Zach Britton, the right fielder, and he's there to snag it about a foot off the grass. Nice play from Zach Britton in left field. We've seen that a couple times today, as he comes in on that ball and makes a nice catch on the screaming line drive off the bat of Samuelson. There's now 2 down for the third baseman, Riley King. 2 for 2 today for him.
That ball was really hit hard by Tate Samuelson out there to right. If you're him, that's just, you got to shrug your shoulders, and it's not the Red Sox night right now. They've hit the ball as hard, I think, as the Firebirds and find themselves down 10 runs, rather 9 runs.
First pitch on the way to King. Breaking ball swung on, actually a fastball there at 89. A little bit of bend on it, but it's fouled straight back by King. It's 0-1. King won a full 4 All-Stars for Whitey. All 10 teams in action here in the Cape League tonight. Some weird weather yesterday led to 3 postponements. Whitey, though, able to get in a game with Chatham and tie 1-1. Breaking ball in the 0-1 is called a strike run at the knees, and the count goes to 0-2 on King. McLaughlin has allowed a 1-out walk to Jake Palmer, but is a strike away from getting out of this inning. The BYU product sets, and the 0-2. Breaking ball misses low. Started at the knees, but dropped down and out of the strike zone. And the count goes to 1-2. We near 9 o'clock Eastern time. Here in the top of the 5th inning. Palmer takes his lead off the first. And the 1-2 on the way. Fastball just misses outside, maybe a little bit low as well. Good eye from Riley King at the plate. He's even up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Riley just keeps seeing the ball well at the plate right now. He's, ever since that 4-for-4 day, been locked in.
Georgia product digs back in from the right side. McLaughlin sets. And the 2-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. King can't get to that breaking ball as it breaks from the knees down and into the dirt and into the glove of Rob Emery. The first strikeout for Reed McLaughlin gets him through and dodge around a 1-out walk to Jake Palmer. It's his first strikeout of Riley King to end this top of the 5th. Went to the bottom of the 5th. Here from Eldridge Park, it's 10-1. Firebirds over Red Sox on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Back here at Eldridge Park, 10-1. Firebirds lead over the Red Sox. Here in Orleans, TJ Matheson and Brian McLaughlin here with you. It's been a lopsided game. The Firebirds have had a few hits fall, and mistakes just continue to pile up for the Red Sox here through 4.5 frames. Here in the bottom of the 5th, it's Michael Weisberg, the Cal State Fullerton product, in out of the Red Sox bullpen. The 4th arm used today by Pick. First pitch to the 9-man Shea Whitcomb, led off the 4th inning with a solo home run to right field. Watches ball 1 miss outside. Weisberg, it's been a struggle for him this summer. This is his 7th appearance out of the windup. 1-0, swing and a miss. 91 miles an hour on the fastball there from Weisberg. It's 1-1. 13.5 ERA. in 6 innings this summer. He struck out 4 and walked 4. Fullerton product fires home the 1-1. Swing and a foul, straight back, and the count will go to 1-2. So the All-Star teams were announced today. In the Eastern Division and Western Division, the head coaches met at 9 a.m. today to put together these rosters. After this pitch here from Weisberg, who winds, and the 1-2 on the way. Breaking ball misses inside. The count goes to 2-2. Of course, we have the 3 starters for YD. We have Austin Wells behind the plate, White Young at shortstop, Riley King at third. Good for them. Great honor to be starter in the Cape League All-Star game. Best collection of talent in the country. 2-2. Swing and a fly ball out to left field. Wells will chase it, but it hooks foul and drifts out of play. And the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But you have, so I mentioned Wells, King, Young. At first base, Nico Cavadas of Harwich. At second base, Christian Fedko of Harwich. And then in the outfield, we have Max Troiani of Orleans in center, Jamal O'Gwin of Chatham in left, and Daniel Cabrera of Harwich in right. 2-2 from Weisberg. Fastball, swing and a foul out of play. And the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So each of Harwich and YD have 3 starters in. Mason Black of Brewster and of Lehigh is going to get the ball to start for the Eastern Division. Only reserved for YD, Noah Campbell off the bench. 2-2. Breaking ball misses everyone. Sails over the head of Noah Cardenas, now in behind the plate. Catching, Austin Wells moves from out behind the plate into left field. Andrew Eister shifts from left field to right field. So Jake Palmer having some trouble seeing the ball. Is removed from the ball game. 3-2 from Weisberg. Down and inside for ball 4. Fastball at 92. Tails just a little bit too much down and in. And a leadoff walk for Weisberg to start this 5th inning.
It's definitely a loaded all-star roster, Jay. You talk about the names on that list. It's just a bunch of guys who can all swing it on the offensive side of things. I mean, just for YD, Wells, Young, King, and Campbell, those are all guys who have such great bats and can play well defensively, and so can everybody, especially in that starting lineup.
First pitch from Weisberg to the leadoff man, Zach Kokoska. Breaking ball, called a strike. It's 0-1. Red Sox didn't have any pitchers get selected. Most of this Red Sox staff has struggled mightily this summer. Second worst ERA in the game. 0-1. Breaking ball, called a strike, and it's 0-2.
I would have liked to see Taylor Dollard get selected.
That's what I was going to say.
It's the biggest miss, if you can say one, for this YD team. But when you look at the other pitchers who were picked and you see the numbers they've put up, and it's all comparable to Dollard. They're all really elite arms.
0-2 from Weisberg. Swing and a foul straight into the Orleans dugout. Saw Kelly Nicholson, the Orleans manager, duck down underneath the fencing.
Yeah,
and let that one sail under his head. Good job by the Orleans skipper.
That's impressive stuff from Kelly Nicholson over there. That was quick, great reaction time from Kelly.
0-2 on the way from Weisberg again. Breaking ball, swing and a foul. Rocket down the first base side. Skips its way in onto the hill. But Dollard, you mentioned, just dominant. Before his rough outing against Brewster a few days ago, hadn't allowed an earned run.
Even with that outing, he's got such great strikeout and walk numbers.
A 2.13 ERA now for Dollard. As the 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Good fastball there from Weisberg. He sets down Kokoska. The first time the leadoff man has been retired for the Firebirds today in Kokoska. He's now 2 for 3. So Zach Britton, the right fielder, who's homered, doubled, and walked today, will step to the plate. Homered back in the second inning, a 3-run shot off of Brandon Dufault. First pitch from Weisberg, breaking ball, skips in there, blocked by Cardenas. Runner over on at first, and Shea Whitcomb stays put. But the stats for Dollard, now 1-1, a 2.13 ERA in 8 appearances. In 12 2/3, he has 4 saves and 21 strikeouts across 1 walk. Those sound like all-star numbers to me. 1-0 is swung on and fouled straight back on a fastball at 92. Evens up the count at 1-1.
Definitely a tough break for Dollard. You're right. Sounds like all-star numbers. He's been, I think, plenty good enough to receive the recognition, but just doesn't get listed in, like we said, plenty of great arms, but I think Dollard would have really been able to compete.
1-1 from Weisberg. There goes the runner from first. Pitch misses outside. Throw down to second by Cardenas. Not in time. Decent pitch to throw on. A breaking ball from Weisberg outside, so Cardenas had plenty of room to make a throw. Made an accurate one, just not in time to get Whitcomb, who's now 4 of 4 on stolen bags this summer.
Whitcomb picked the breaking ball, though, so it takes just that extra split second to get to home plate. And able to get a really good jump off of Weisberg. Not a terrible throw from Cardenas. Good swipe. Whitcomb.
As now time is called at home plate. Here are the pitchers that did get selected to the All-Star game. You had Jared Schuster of Orleans, Joe Boyle of Harwich, Noah Skiro of Orleans. We saw start today. Didn't last that long. 2-1, swing and a rocket. Deep right center field. Eister just watches that one sail, and that one is out of here. No doubt about that one. Second home run of the game for Zach Britton. A 2-run shot makes it 12-1 Orleans. That one didn't even get that far up there. That one was just smoked on a line drive right into the Orleans bullpen. And the Firebirds now lead by 11.
Yeah, he's the early nominee for player of the night. 2 home runs, 3 hits, 6 RBIs, 3 runs scored. That'll play. Great night for Zach Britton. This is a breakout performance.
That was just a breaking ball left over the middle of the plate and absolutely crushed. First pitch, breaking ball from Weisberg to Max Troiani, catches the strike zone, and it's 0-1. So Troiani today reached twice on 2 infield singles as another breaking ball brushes him back, and the count's 1-1. Just a great hitting performance from the Firebirds here today.
It's a breakout performance. This is really one of their best offensive nights of the season.
As the 1-1 is fouled back, a fastball there from Weisberg, and the count's 1-2. And there's been some softly hit balls that have fallen for base hits. You know, had that home run back in the 4th inning off of Chase Walter off the bat of Shea Whitcomb that you think might have been a bit of a cheap home run. 1-2. Breaking ball sails over the head of Troiani and all the way to the backstop. Second time we've seen that from Weisberg. And that'll make the count 2-2.
And this is the best offensive performance of the year for Orleans. They've only scored in double digits one other time. That was a 10-run spot against Cotuit.
Fastball on the 2-2 count misses outside. That'll push the count full 3 balls and 2 strikes.
That was 2 weeks ago on June 28th, and they put up 10 runs, 12 in the 5th inning.
3-2 from Weisberg. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. So after serving up the home run, Michael Weisberg comes out and gets his second strikeout here in the 5th inning. There's 2 down. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Ray Gill. Had an RBI single his last time up on a sky fly ball out to right field that Jake Palmer lost up in the night sky. But now Andrew Eister out there. The Miami product will dig in. But through these 5 innings, Firebirds have just controlled this ball game. First pitch fastball on the outside corner. It's 0-1. And it's bizarre to think there was a 1-2-3 inning for the Firebirds back in the 3rd inning. When Chase Walter came in to start his first inning of work, 2 pair of strikeouts as the 0-1 misses low fastball, and the count will go to 1 ball and 1 strike. But then the wheels fell off in the 4th inning for 5 runs.
And that inning was probably, honestly, some of the least hard-hit balls of the night. Walter didn't make a ton of great pitches, but he also made a couple that could have been outs.
1-1, check swing, didn't go around. Count will go to 2-1 here on Gill.
I think what you saw from Walter, there was some potential there to be a useful arm moving forward. Obviously, didn't have the best final outcome.
2-1, swing and a miss from Gill, and that'll even up the count 2-2. And, you know, the pitching for YD has been inconsistent, to say the least. Excellent performance against Chatham yesterday. Not so much here today. 2-2. Swing and a foul out of play, first base side. The count will stay even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Feels like it's about every other night. We're getting a really, really good pitching performance from this YD staff. It's just tough to tell. I mean, they gave up 3 runs against Brewster 2 nights ago, only 1 to Chatham yesterday. So that's back-to-back good performances, and then the wheels fall off tonight.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a broken bat, ground ball out towards second. R.J. Yeager will field, toss it over to Tate Samuelson at first, and that'll be in time to retire Gill. His bat shattered into 2 pieces, barrel and handle separated to retire Gill for out number 3. We'll head to the 6th inning here from Eldridge Park. It's now 12-1. Firebirds over Red Sox here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Eight, 9, and 1 due up for YD here in the top half of the 6th inning. Lopsided here at Eldridge Park. It's 12-1 Firebirds. So Andrew Eiser digs in. He's 0 for 2 today, followed by R.J. Yeager and Wyatt Young. New arm on the mound for the Firebirds. First pitch strike from Zebulon Vermillion. 91-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-1. Reed McLaughlin done after 1 inning. Walked 1, struck out 1. Scoreless frame. Now the Arkansas product. Vermillion fires home the 0-1 to Eister. It's swung on and missed. And the count's 0-2.
We talked about one of
out of Arkansas. Big guy standing at 6'5", 220 pounds. Thanks to some helpful nuggets from the Orleans broadcast crew. Fun facts about Vermillion. 0-2 misses well outside of fastball at 87. And the count's 1-2. Big riddle guy. He's trying to solve these riddles.
Apparently he has a favorite that he's been telling people on the Firebirds team. We're going to try to get that and solve it on air.
Something about a lantern and crossing a bridge at night. 1-2, breaking ball bounces in the dirt.
Number
the count
of
goes
minutes.
to 2-2.
You're supposed to get everybody to cross in a certain number of time, and you can only cross. You have to have a lantern to cross. We're going to get the details in a few moments.
Our field reporter, Alex Chapman, is hard at work.
Andre's over there, so is Alexis Bill.
2-2, swinging a foul straight back, and the count will stay even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vermillion this summer has yet to allow an earned run. This is his 6th appearance. A 1-0 record, a 4 1/3 innings.
It is very, very valuable.
Our whole media team was able to figure out a riddle a couple nights ago. An escape room.
Oh, yeah. That was fun.
2-2 on the way. Breaking ball, swinging a foul straight back.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that at first, but that
It was a riddle.
That was a riddle. That was fun. I enjoyed that.
All right, boys, what do we think?
It was way back in old-time England trying to figure out inventor. Something along those lines. So finding his will, yes. It was tricky. Took us 58 minutes of the 60 we were allotted. 2-2 on the way. Breaking ball, swing, and a ground ball out towards shortstop. It'll be the shortstop Murray who fields on the run, throws over to first, and will be in time to get Eister. So 6-3, Eister is retired, and that will bring up the second baseman, R.J. Yeager.
So I don't think Austin Wells is the home run leader anymore, TJ. Nico Cavadas entered tonight with 4 home runs. He has 3 tonight for the Harwich Mariners.
Cavadas is set for the home run, one of the 6 slots in the home run derby. Takes place a week from tomorrow. First pitch to Yeager, swinging a ground ball up the middle, past and actually off the glove of Tanner Murray, and skips into shallowish left center field, and Yeager will reach. So they're going to rule that a base hit. So Yeager with an infield single and a 1-out base runner for Whitey. And Gavin Dugas will step in to hit in the place of Wyatt Young. So against Vermillion, Dugas will step in. Out of LSU, the freshman.
So Arkansas got new gloves this spring season. He said, you know what?
So it'll be Dugas.
Putting Zebulon Vermillion.
We'll bat right-handed.
Give a dedication back to my home.
You didn't just look up the answer, did you?
Oh, it's right there.
Well, don't show me that. Okay, good.
Trying to figure out the riddle right here. First pitch, fastball to Dugas, misses away, and the count's 1-0.
This is a different riddle than what he was saying earlier.
So that's basically the same thing.
Oh,
It
okay.
says man, woman instead of man.
All right, let me read it, TJ. 1 second.
So we'll get a second here after this pitch. Vermillion sets at the belt 1-0. Swinging a foul back by Dugas on a fastball, it's 1-1. Yeager over on at first, reached on the infield base hit.
I don't know if that's right. That was the top man.
Vermillion, the 6'5" right-hander out of Arkansas. Sets and fires home the 1-1. Fastball brushes Dugas back, and the count will go to 2-1. It's like a large block of text over there.
It's a lot to handle.
It's what riddles are. A lot to handle. Makes you think. 2-1. Swing and a line drive towards Murray at short. He fields, fires to second for 1. Return throw to first, not in time. Orleans almost able to turn an inning-ending double play, but Gavin Dugas able to beat out the throw from the second baseman, Shea Whitcomb. It'll end up being a fielder's choice 6-4, and there's 2 outs for Whitey here in the 6th inning. So here's Brad Beasley now with 1 on and 2 outs. First pitch from Vermillion, swinging a fly ball out of play. And it drifts foul onto the hill.
So this person said the chest is made of ice. Good guess. The problem is.
All right, you ready for me to read? You ready for me to read this riddle here?
All right, I think we're ready. We got 2 outs, so we might have to carry this over to the next inning.
Well, we can give it like a tease. Here after this pitch to Beasley, I'll read it.
0-1 here coming from Vermillion to Beasley. Breaking ball, Dugas will swipe second on the defensive indifference.
All right, I'm glad he
And
didn't
it counts 1-1.
Glad Beasley didn't get out there. All right. So there's a man and a woman, both living in Russia. The man wants to propose to this woman, but there's no way for him to get in contact with her besides through the mail.
1-1, swing and a line drive out towards left field. Incoming is the left fielder in Kokoska. He can't get there. It drops in for a base hit. Dugas, who is running with 2 outs, crosses third and now will cross home. Red Sox cut the lead to 10. It's now 12-2. Dugas scores on what will be an RBI double from Brad Beasley. And it's now lead just 10 for the Firebirds.
Great cut by Beasley. He's red hot. Back to the riddle. So the man and the woman, the man wants to propose to the woman, but there's no way for him to get in contact with her besides through the mail. He decides to send the ring in a package. However, in order for her to receive the package, it has to be in some sort of locked box. If it isn't locked, the post office will reject it.
First pitch to Austin Wells, swinging a ground ball, foul up the first base side, 0-1.
So he's sending her a ring in a package. That package has to be locked. but he can't just have the ring right next to the box. If there's any way for a random person to open it, writing a combination code on the box, taping the key to the box, it will also be rejected.
A 1 misses outside, 1-1 to count.
It will also get stolen. How can the woman receive the ring? P.S. You can't destroy the box in order to open it.
Wow.
I don't know.
That was a lot.
Got to start thinking about that.
1-1 is chopped towards second base. Misplaying it is Whitcomb at second. It squeaks by him into right field. Beasley rounds third. He'll cross home. An RBI single for Austin Wells. And back-to-back RBI hits for the Red Sox. It's now 12-3. Kind of an in-between hop there. Whitcomb wasn't sure which way it would go and ended up misplaying it. It scooted past him. So Beasley scores. And the Red Sox have put up 2 here in the 6th inning. And it's 12-3. Here's Noah Campbell, the switch hitter, batting left-handed. An SEC matchup. South Carolina and Arkansas. First pitch fastball misses low. And the count's 1-0.
So I don't think the box isn't made of ice, is it? I feel like that's an obvious answer.
Someone said that, and that's not right.
That was my initial gut thought.
1-0 to Campbell. Fastball misses down and inside. It's 2-0. That one's tricky.
For those confused, we did get an clearance. Very good guess.
12-3 Orleans here in the top of the 6th
The
inning.
other person to go.
2-0 the county are
Very
Noah
good
Campbell.
response. The problem is
Vermillion
it is a
sets
team
2-0.
that is the lock.
Fastball misses, and it's now
Also,
3-0.
another clarification: you can only send one package. You can't send 2 separate packages. One giant chest with your valuable item, and then a second gift.
Vermillion sets
If you
again.
have a third
3-0. Way down, does not even close. Campbell will take first base on 4 pitches. The Red Sox now have 2 on with 2 outs. And Cardenas will bat in the spot of Jake Palmer.
Someone has found the answer.
It sounds like
cheated.
the Orleans
Yeah, I looked it up
broadcasters,
online.
Josh White and
And now
Thomas
they
Inzarella,
admittedly say they cheated.
figured out that riddle we were talking about.
We don't know the answer. We're still guessing over
I
here.
didn't-
We're still
I wasn't-
guessing.
I was just getting it so they could know the answer.
I think Josh has gotten
Josh is accusing us of cheating. I will not have that.
I will not accept that. First pitch to Cardenas. Fastball called a strike. It's 0-1.
There's one thing we're not going to be known as it's cheaters, TJ.
Not a
I
chance.
got to win this riddle by myself.
I did look it up.
Alex cheated, if anything.
The whole riddle.
Yeah.
The answer. so you can
Disappointing
tell
stuff
underneath.
from Alex. Hate to see that. Might have to give him a 3-game broadcast ban. As time is called, and Vermillion's going to want to have a talk with Emery here. 2 on and 2 out here in the 6th inning.
So let's clarify something. So let's talk about non-cheaters.
What kind of
Andre Sims,
locks
who's not
would
on the
there
broadcast
be
tonight,
that it
why
could
he
be?
looked up the
Yeah,
answer out of
open the
curiosity,
key.
did not share.
Maybe it was like the
Looked up
smell
the
locks we had in that
riddle.
escape room,
Okay.
That was interesting, but I don't.
where you had to put the right
Looked up
smells
the exact
on
phrasing
top of the chest to open the door.
Yeah, but how's
Or
he
maybe
gonna
open
get
the
that?
package.
How's he gonna get that with the package?
You make it really small.
I don't think that's it.
No correct answer.
0-1 on the way. Swinging a ground ball towards second base. Whitcomb ranges over to his left. Fields throws on over to first, and that's in time to retire Cardenas and end this top of the 6th inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. It's now 12-3 Firebirds over the Red Sox here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. New pitcher in for YD. It'll be Gordon Ingebrigtsen out of UC Irvine and Pasadena City College. Here to pitch the bottom of the 6th inning in relief of Michael Weisberg, who threw an inning, allowed 2 runs on a 2-run home run from Zach Britt. Ingebrigtsen's going to get Trevin Esquena, Tanner Murray, and Eddie McCabe set to come to the plate. First pitch to Esquena, swing, and a ground ball up the middle and makes its way into center field for a base hit. First pitch fastball that Esquena punished and sent it right back up the middle for leadoff single, and that will bring up Tanner Murray. So we had some further development on this riddle in between innings. I'm still a little confused, Brian. I don't know if you got to think about it at all.
I'm starting to figure it out a little bit, but I don't think I'm that close yet. So it has something to do with there's 2 people living across country. You have a package that you're sending to your friend cross country. It is then has to be put in a box the exact same size and fit perfectly inside that box to be sent cross country to your friend.
67-mile-an-hour breaking ball. First pitch called a strike to Tanner Murray from Ingebrigtsen.
So then you have to find out, the goal is to figure out how your friend can unlock this box without them having the key.
0-1, swing and a miss at a fastball. Ingebrigtsen dipped down right there from one of his lower arm slots, and the count's 0-2. Ingebrigtsen, 2nd year with YD. At 0-2 to Murray.
You can only send 1 package at a time, so I think you have to send it multiple times.
0-2 misses upstairs.
So if, say it's you and me across
So we're
country,
sending 1 gift?
1 gift. So say you're in Seattle, I'm in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I'm sending you a gift. It's inside a locked box. I send it to you. You send me back the same gift, just inside a bigger box.
1-2, breaking ball, swung on a miss for strike 3. Dropped that one down to 69 miles an hour to strike out Tanner Murray, the first down of the 6th inning.
So you could potentially put in something inside that bigger box, as well as the then locked box with the gift. And it would still be the 1 package. It's something to do with back and forth.
First pitch to Tanner Murray, or Eddie McCabe, pardon, way outside, gets past Noah Cardenas all the way to the backstop and allows Trevin Esquena to advance down to second. How many boxes are we dealing with? So
Well,
we get 2 boxes?
It could be, yeah, but they're all 1 package. So it's just, you know how you see those like present inside, that's a smaller present and then a smaller one? We're going to end up dealing with something like that, I think, but I'm not sure exactly how it works.
1-0 to McCabe, swinging a slow chopper towards third base. It'll scoot foul. Riley King fields it about 1.5 feet in foul territory and will flip it back to Ingebrigtsen. And our scout liaison, Alex, knows the answer to this.
Yeah, do you want it?
Okay.
Yeah,
No, we don't.
we're not going to lock the answer quite yet. Takes all the fun out of it.
It's been like 10 minutes. What do you think I am?
Not a cheater.
1-1 the count here on Eddie McCabe, Georgetown shortstop.
Because if
So what if I send you the initial box? You send back to me a bigger box with the gift inside of it,
I would say so.
including some sort of key.
Breaking ball, swing on the 1-1. It's dropped into right center field for a base hit. Rounding third on his way home is Trevin Esquena. He's in there without a throw. Ball just goes into second base instead as Beasley got that one in. Another run for the Firebirds. And it's now 13 to 3 here in the 6th inning. I'm still confused about the whole background of this riddle.
Yeah, there's a lot
It's
of
not-
different ways to explain it.
Not really clear to me. I'll maybe
TJ's lost.
I'm lost.
He's off the rails.
First pitch on the way to the 8-hole hitter, Rob Emery, is swinging a miss on an off-speed pitch.
Brian thought of
It's 0-1.
He's really not going to be any help to me. But so what if? So I send Pete the initial box. And it has to be locked. Correct. He sends me back that initial box inside a bigger box, but also inside that bigger box then is the locked box and a smaller box. Empty. Then that is sent to me.
how would I get that biggest one?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm close though. I know I'm close.
1-1 is fouled out of play, and the count will go to 1-2.
Does the second box that say team sends back to me, can that just be like a regular cardboard box? Like that I can just tear open?
Yeah, you're necessary.
Yeah, okay. So I'm making it harder than it has to be.
See, I don't know all of that.
Okay, okay. I'm making it harder.
Don't have I got the question and the
1-2
answer.
on the
That's all I
way.
got.
Swing and a foul out of play. The count will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Unlock the box without opening.
Probably just like
Man, I'm going to need to do some research into this. 1-2 the count here on Emory. Ingebrigtsen comes set on the mound. Off of first is McCabe. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, foul. Third base side. Again, Ingebrigtsen drops that off-speed pitch down to 68 miles an hour. And the count stays at 1-2.
So is it as simple then as if I send the initial box to TJ, the locked box, then TJ sends back to me a bigger box with the locked box and a smaller empty one included. Then I place
1-2 stays upstairs.
the key to the locked box inside the smallest box, which is then in an even bigger box.
You're onto something. Sending back and forth.
Can I?
Yeah, you just asked.
Ingebrigtsen sets 2-2. Fastball called strike 3 on the outside corner. Emory will walk back to the Orleans dugout. Second strikeout of the inning for Ingebrigtsen. That'll bring up the second baseman, Shea Whitcomb. So maybe we're going to need to have Alex to come on and explain it to him.
No, I think I
don't
got
think
it.
I'm
I
the
just
right
have
guy
to
for
write it down. I'm a visual person, TJ. I got to write it down and then I'll explain it.
Good friend Nicholas has
So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That'll bring up Shea Whitcomb. First pitch called a strike at 78 miles an hour. It's 0-1. Whitcomb 2 for 2 day, a pair of RBIs. He's homered that back in the 4th inning and walked as well. Whitcomb awaits the 0-1. Fastball rides upstairs at 79, and the count's 1-1. Brown has died down a little bit here at Eldridge. It's the lopsided score. Hill has had about a third of its occupants disappear as the 1-1 is fouled straight back towards us. If it wasn't a brick wall, I could have made a play on that. And the count's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
so Nicholas, who is 15, correct, Nicholas?
If I had my glove
16. Nicholas,
right like
who
the
is
infield.
16.
That was barely
That's
rolling,
outsmarted.
TJ. You could have made the barehanded play.
I
there.
could have made the barehanded play
I
too.
believe in
In
you.
the media room.
1-2 on its way from Ingebrigtsen. Incoming. Breaking ball misses inside, actually catches a piece of Whitcomb. At 68 miles an hour, just brushes Whitcomb. And he'll jog down to first. Over now at second is Eddie McCabe. And Zach Kokoska will step in with 2 on and 2 out.
Riddles are going on all over the place now.
Riddles are really going on. It's just screwing with us.
I
I
think
can't get it off my mind now.
I think I have this one figured out. We'll move on to some other ones after this if you really want, Peach.
One Josh White, Orleans broadcaster, was talking to me about between innings, about needing to have everyone cross the bridge. So you need 4 people to cross the bridge.
That's going to be math related.
As the first pitch to the leadoff man, Kokoska, swinging a 1-hopper ground ball out to Brandon Dugas at second. He fields and will throw it over to first base and retire the side here in the 6th inning. So we'll head to the 7th here from Eldridge Park. It's 13-3 Firebirds over the Red Sox here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top half of the 7th inning here from Eldridge. It's 13-3 Orleans over Whitey. TJ Matheson and Brian McLaughlin here with you. It's going to be Tate Samuelson, and Sam Hall stands on deck. Looks like he's going to bat in the spot of Riley King, and then Andrew Eister to follow him. 13 runs on 16 hits for the Firebirds, opposed to 3 runs on 8 hits for Whitey. First pitch from the new pitcher, Nick Garcia. In out of the bullpen out of Chapman. Fastball rides high and outside. It's 1-0. Zebulon Vermillion finishes his night, 1 inning, 3 hits, 2 runs. They were earned, a walk, and no strikeouts. 1-0 to Samuelson. Fastball called a strike, and it's 1-1. We're in full-on riddle mode. I believe all the media between the two teams here are trying to figure out separate riddles.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I'm still on the initial one. Everyone keeps telling me, oh, Brian, you're close. I don't really think I'm that close.
1-1 is fouled up and out of play over the hill on the first base side. It's 1-2.
I just need him to say one more.
Riddles, not really my specialty.
Clearly. Sorry, Teach.
It's all right. A little tricky. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Tate Samuelson.
We're multitasking. Doing the play-by-play and the riddles is not simple.
Ideal.
Not simple.
If I was on color, I'd have a little more time to think. 1-2 on its way. Swing and a broken bat, ground ball towards first. Over is the first baseman, Esqueda. Shovels to the pitcher, Nick Garcia covering, and it's in time to get Samuelson. So 3-1 to start this 7th inning. Put out, and that'll bring up Sam Hall, who will get that bat here in the place of Riley King. So Hall, the Clemson product, will step in. Hall, utility player, big base stealer, 30 of 37 this season at Clemson. Hasn't seen a whole lot of playing time recently. A little bit banged up. So here's Hall. Hitting 150. Pitch misses well outside, and the count's 1-0.
Good to see Sam back in the lineup, though, even in a pinch hitting variety here today. Just a great athlete that I think could help this YD team, especially on the defensive side of things when healthy.
It's been shut down on the mound as well through 2/3 of a scoreless inning a couple weeks ago. 1-0. Fastball called a strike, and it's 1-1. That blowout loss at Chatham. 2/3 of a scoreless inning. Didn't get a strikeout. His other 2 teammates, position players who got to pitch, Drew Swift, Riley Tirana, each with strikeouts. Drew Swift, in fact, struck out the side in the 7th inning of that game. Tirana got the last out of the 8th. 1-1, misses well outside. The count goes to 2-1. Plenty of position players have gotten the chance to pitch. In fact, the left fielder, Zach Kokoska, got a 1/3 of an inning earlier this summer for the Firebirds as well. Garcia will set. And the 2-1. Fastball well upstairs, and the count goes to 3-1 on Hall. Yet to really get the bat going here on the Cape. Just 1 double and 20 at-bats and 2 RBIs. Hall bats right-handed, digs back in from the right side. The wind gusting just a little bit in from the flagpole in right center. 3-1. Swing and a foul back by Hall, and the count will go to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Firebirds, 3rd place in the Eastern Division, behind YD, who is tied for first entering today. Chatham Anglers, who the Red Sox tied with yesterday, taking care of Hyannis at McKeon Park. Ended up being a 6-3 win for Hyannis, or for Chatham, pardon, as the 3-2 skims Hall, and it catches a piece of his bat, and it's going to be a foul ball.
Yeah,
unfortunate there for Sam Hall.
Hit the knob, or I wonder, just barely got a piece of the wood.
All
All other games are final here tonight in the Cape League. Mentioned Chatham 6-3 over Hyannis. Most likely they will be taking over first place in their Eastern Division. Katuitt took care of Bourne 5-0. Brewster 4-3 win over Falmouth at Gov Fuller Field in Falmouth. And then Harwich a 6-1 win over Wareham. 3-2. Swing and a foul. Line drive out of play. Knocks off the fence down the first base side. And the count's 3-2. Now, Brian, I propose you this question. Not riddle related.
Oh.
Do you prefer, while watching a baseball game, prefer sitting on grass or bleachers?
Probably grass, I would say.
A lot of grass to sit on here at Eldridge Park. Place going to host the All-Star game a week from tomorrow. Payoff pitch, swing and a foul. Back into the trees behind home plate, and the count will stay full.
Just found out the answer to the riddle.
Oh, boy. That look on your face, a disappointed one.
Well, yeah.
And maybe a little frustrated.
Well, because I love solving them by myself, but I wanted to know the answer before we were done on air so we could get a little bit of closure here.
Payoff pitch again to Sam Hall. Here it comes. Swinging a foul straight back.
So we'll give the answer to anybody still listening to this one. So you mail your box to a friend across the country. So I mail it to you, TJ, with my lock on it. Then you put your own separate lock on the box, which you hold the key to. Mail it back to me with 2 locks on it. I take mine off, mail it back to you. You then receive the box with your lock on it, which you have the key to. Unlock the lock, and there you go.
3-2 is fouled straight back, and the count will stay full. Wow.
Does that make sense?
A lot simpler than we were thinking of.
Well, I had it right with the going back and forth.
So the box always had to have a lock on it.
Yes. Box always had to have a lock.
It didn't say whose lock.
No, it did not. Just a lock, so nobody in the United States Postal Service could unlock it or steal it.
Some things just look like they're sitting out in front of you and you can't see it. 3-2, here the count on Sam Hall, and now time's called.
You know what? Shoot him a text. I'm going to put in a good word right now. Brad Free. Co-players in the night. Say
3 balls, 2 strikes. Here to Sam Hall. 13 runs on 16 hits for Orleans. They lead by 10. Hall digs back in. And a payoff pitch. Down low, ball 4. Good eye there from Hall. A breaking ball might have been a changeup there from Garcia that dove out of the strike zone. And Hall will reach first.
It's good idea from Sam Hall. First time he's just getting back to seeing game pitching after just a lot of BP for quite some time. So good that he saw a lot of pitches there, was fouling off pitches and gets on base, because that's the key for him. Get on base and go ahead and then use the speed on the base paths.
So here's Zeister. Today's 0 for 3. Strikeout, a fly out to right, and a ground out to short. South Carolina product. Going to find any sort of rhythm at the plate. Struggling mightily. First pitch on away from Garcia out of the stretch. Fastball called a strike, and it's 0-1. As we are now here in the top of the 7th inning. 17 minutes from hitting the 3-hour mark here in Orleans.
5 RBI, 3-run score. Now, he didn't make 2 records or draw 1.
Meister bats right-handed. Open stance from him. Garcia fires the 0-1. There goes Hall from first. It'll be another defensive indifference. No play, no one covering the base, no throw from Emery. As Hall takes second, and the count's 1-1. RJ Yeager waits on deck.
So if we said nothing, Zach Britton might have taken the case.
Here's the 1-1.
1-1.
This is away, and the count will go to 2-1 on Eister. She got a pitch to hit right here. So how about the performance? We mentioned it earlier, and I hear the Orleans guys talk about it, so I'm just going to piggyback off it. Nico Cavanas, 3 home runs to take the home run lead away from Austin Wells. 2-1, swinging a high fly ball to right field. This is backtracking the right fielder, Britton underneath it, and he's able to find it up in the night sky and make the catch. Tagging at second, going to third is Sam Hall. Iser misses, hitting one out by about 10 feet on that sky-high pop-up to right. So there's 2 down, and that will bring up R.J. Yeager.
It's better contact for Iser. He got his barrel to that one. He's just underneath the ball right now. And that's something the pick's trying to adjust with him. Just ended up skying that up into the lane.
Here's Yeager. Today has reached all 3 times. First pitch, he swings and fouls it back. So a walk. Walked twice and reached on the infield base hit. It was an interesting dynamic. Orleans Road running parallel to the third base foul line right behind us here at Eldridge. Dangerous for driving during a game. 1-0. Misses well outside, and the count will go to 2-0. Imagine driving, let's say, 25 miles an hour and having a baseball scream into your windshield. You can already see what happens when your parked car gets nailed by a baseball, let alone a moving one.
Launch that baseball.
2-0. Swing and a miss. Yeager can't catch up to a high fastball, and it's 2-1. And myself personally would never drive on that road during a game. I'm sure the chances of you actually getting hit minuscule.
You got to live a little, TJ. Where's your sense of adventure? Have some risk
Sense of
taking.
adventure.
Yeah, sure. Why not? You get to
Not
watch-
adventuring with the windshield.
Yeah, you just said it yourself. What are the odds somebody drives into a baseball?
It's like
you parked out there. And
I'll,
you
I'll
parked
give
out.
a Cape Cod example. Not a big fan of sharks myself.
Yeah,
Go swim in the ocean. The chance of you getting bitten by a shark quite low, but I'm good. 2-1. Swinging a foul out of play.
TJ,
Third base
there's
side
just-
is 2-2.
I feel like there's just as much of a chance as somebody hitting the ball like 450 feet to where your car is parked out in right field right now as there would be a ball hitting a windshield right here. The way that the ball is carrying tonight, imagine if Zach Britton, next time he's up, already 2 home runs, turns and cranks one over that tree.
That would require over 3 rows of parking. 1-2, 2-2, swinging a long fly ball out to left field. Right in the tracks, though, of Zach Kokoska. He's there to make the catch and retire the side here in the top of the 7th inning. No broken windows on that fly ball. Went to the bottom of the 7th here from Eldridge Park. It's 13-3 Firebirds over Red Sox on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Bottom of the 7th inning, it's Britton, Troiani, and Gill due up here for the Firebirds. They lead it by 10, 13-3 over the YD Red Sox as we begin this bottom of the 7th inning. So Gordon Ingebrigtsen on the mound for YD. First pitch to Troiani, fouled back off the netting. Out of play for strike 1 to Troiani, or rather to Britton. Britton has had himself quite a night. 3 runs scored, 2 home runs, a walk, and he's driven in 6. Up there for player of the night. Breaking ball misses away from Ingebrigtsen, a ball and a strike. TJ, who would you give player of the night to in the Cape League? Zach Britton, 2 home runs. He has 6 RBIs. He scored 3 runs. Or Nico Cavadas, who hit 3 home runs, scored 3 runs, and drove in just 5.
I'd say Cavadas. I mean, 3's greater than 2.
1-1 misses away to Britton. 2 balls and a strike. So if Britton ties him here with a 3rd long ball.
I might have to reconsider. How many RBIs did Cavadas have?
5. Britton has 6.
Oh. Interesting dynamic.
2-1. This is upstairs. 3 balls and a strike. Britton trying to reach for the 5th time today. Bottom of the 7th inning.
But what do you value more, RBI? In this context, RBI or home run? I'd say home run.
I would agree. Cavadis' game was also closer. He accounted for 5 of the 6 runs for the Harwich Mariners. 3-1 in there for a called strike, and the count is full.
So Bryce Johnson might be the second biggest Zach Britton fan in the world right now. Zach Britton's mom and dad number 1.
Ingebrigtsen brings the 3-2. Sky, shallow, left side. King might have a play, foul territory. Makes the catch. Maybe. Tough to tell. Britton's still in the batter's box, so he's going to get another opportunity. Thought that Riley King, the third baseman, actually that's no longer Riley King. That's Gavin Dugas at third base. Thought he might have a chance to make a play, but just runs out of room. Another 3-2 upcoming. The pitch. Upstairs, ball 4, and he stays alive. Zach Britton has been on base now 5 times today. Scored 3 times at a couple of home runs.
Just impressive stuff. Good eye at the plate. He's getting pitches over the middle of the plate. He's not missing. Looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter here.
Zach Daniels stepping in for the Firebirds for Max Troiani. 13-3, Orleans leads it big time. Been a long one. Ingebrigtsen, first pitch, chopped, right in front of home plate, foul ball. Nice barehanded snag by Cardenas. He fired to second, but called foul by Calvin Baker. 0-1 to Daniels. TJ, one of the best moments in Major League Baseball happened last night, and we would be remiss if we did not talk about it. I know you're a Mariners fan, but pretty special what went on in Los Angeles at the Angels Park last night. 0-1 to Daniels in there for strike 2. On Tyler Skaggs' night, remembering their left-handed starting pitcher who passed away a few weeks ago now, and tossed a combined no-hitter, celebrating him.
Taylor Cole and who else?
I believe it was Pena. Pitch misses down low to Daniels. A ball and 2 strikes.
It's special stuff. And, yeah, the Mariners, I'll be first to admit it, rebuilding season and a half. But just a special performance. Just kind of the stuff that it just makes sports so great.
1-2 misses up to Daniels.
And my favorite note of the whole night had nothing to do with the Angels pitching to Tyler Skaggs. The first pitch that Mike Trout sees from Mike Lee hits a 454-foot home run to center field. Of course, Tyler Skaggs' number, 45. Special stuff.
2-2, fouled off by Daniels. Of course, today would have been Tyler Skaggs' birthday. Another fun note with numbers in baseball. The Angels score 7 runs in the first inning, 13 on the night. Today his birthday is July 13th. That is 7/13. So just crazy stuff.
Special stuff.
Supernatural things happening last night in LA. 2-2, bounce, third base side. Ingebrigtsen, the pitcher, will field. Fire to first, it's high. Tag, Samuelson can't hold the baseball, and Daniels is safe. Going all the way from first to third is Britton. It was a high throw from Ingebrigtsen. Samuelson jumped. As he leaped, his glove collided with the helmet of Daniels. Both look to be okay, and that jarred the baseball free. Now Daniels, he's going to be all right. He's on first, runners on the corners, no down here for the Firebirds. They lead it by 10.
Looks like that's going to be a base hit.
Would have been a bang-bang play, even with a good throw.
Yeah,
Daniels has great speed. Daniels is on with an infield knock. 2 down here, rather 2 on. Nobody down for Ray Gill. First pitch called strike.
It's just so special. You could tell Tyler was watching over that game yesterday.
Yeah. Then post-game, all the Angels take off their number 45 jerseys. Swing and a miss from Gill, now 0-2. Lay them down on the pitcher's mound, which already had 45 carved out onto the back by the grounds crew. We laid a painting of Tyler Skaggs on top of that mound, one of the best baseball visuals of the season. 0-2, swing and a miss. Strikeout of Ray Gill. That's the first out here in the bottom of the 7th. Did you see his mom's first pitch as well?
I did. Threw a strike.
Right down the heart of the plate. Bix jogging out to the mound to talk to Ingebrigtsen. That's going to be the end of his night. New man coming in for the Red Sox out of the bullpen. We'll get you who that is when we return. 13-3, Firebirds lead it. This is the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Brady Corrigan on the mound for the YD Red Sox. He comes in with runners on the corners. His team trailing by 10, 13-3. Orleans lead it. It's Trevor Niscara at the plate for Orleans. First pitch fastball from Corrigan. Misses away for ball one. Then all Orleans tonight looking to snap a 9-game losing streak against these YD Red Sox. YD is locked in 2 spot out of the division at the moment. Chatham got a victory tonight. The 1-0 misses down and into Escara. So Chatham's going to move to first with 34 points. YD, barring a miraculous comeback in the final 2 frames, is going to sit tight at 32. Here's the 2-0. Check swing, but it's in there for a called strike to Escara. 2 balls and a strike. On third base is Zach Britton. First base, Zach Daniels for the Firebirds. Oregon from the stretch. 2 balls and a strike to Escara. The pitch. Awkward swing. It's in there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
So now we have the time, Brian,
Sure
and
thing.
you've now, for the first time, been to every Cape League ballpark at least once.
Yes.
I'd like to hear your thoughts. What's the best? What's the worst?
What's your do we want to set like what I'm ranking them based on? Like, are we talking best broadcaster? 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. There's the second out here, the 7th.
I guess we could do it from a broadcasting perspective.
Or we
Where's your
can-
favorite place to go? We'll start there. Where's your favorite place to call a game?
This place is pretty good, but I give the edge to Chatham. Chatham has the best view here, even from a road perspective, looking down over the field. I'm not going to be able to speak to Wareham at all because we don't get to go there.
We don't get to go. The Raptor cage is interesting.
Yeah, I feel like I'm missing out a little bit there, but everyone tells me you'll be able to live without it. But
Hartford's pretty cool.
Chatham, as far as broadcaster setup, I have to give the edge to. First pitch to Murray misses upstairs for ball 1.
And of course, we can't put Red Wilson's is
Yeah.
fantastic to us, but this is in terms of
We're
road
gonna
ballparks.
set that one aside.
We sit outside.
Yeah, and so Chatham's got to be one there. Fouled off by Murray at the plate, a ball and a strike.
There's some sneaky good ones. I think Falmouth is enjoyable. You're right at field level.
Yeah.
There's no brick wall in front of you, blocking half your view.
I enjoyed Falmouth because they gave us a tent.
Oh,
to
yes,
broadcast.
that was
It was
big.
a scorching day. We had a double header. So that might help the broadcast rankings there a little bit. You got a good view there. I like atmosphere a lot as well. 1-1, sharp grounder right side. Second baseman Hall has it. Soft throw to first. Samuelson can't scoop it. Hall's been having arm issues at second. Just has had a sore arm. He's in there tonight. Whitey has emptied the bench, and he can't make the throw to Samuelson. Probably can make the throw, but took a lot off it to protect the arm. And a run crosses the plate for the Firebirds. They lead it now by 11 as Britton scores.
And that's just something where you try and almost playing second base, throw it too soft, and end up spiking it in the dirt. And you think you can still throw it firmly from second over to first, but think you can take off more than you actually should.
Yeah, Hall probably just thought about it a little bit. Didn't want to rear back. It's going to go as an E4. Josh Zamora, pinch hitter for the Firebirds. Fastball misses away from Corrigan. Toughest part for me about Eldridge Park here is we really have no view of the left field line.
You have to stand up.
Aside from that, I love this part. Fouled back by Zamora on the 1-0. Now a ball and a strike.
It's tricky because you have to stand up. Usually we'll broadcast sitting down.
Yep.
But here you got to stand up to see the scoreboard, ball, strikes, outs, velocity. And you mentioned even while standing up, you can barely see the left field line down in the corner.
As far as if I combine broadcaster and fan experience, this is right there. Line drive left side, sliding play made by Yeager, and he squeezes it in the hole at short. Catches the liner from Zamora to end the 7th. 14-3 Orleans. They tack on one more. We'll be back for the 8th. This is the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Back here at the top of the 8th, first pitch misses high and tight to Gavin Dugas for ball 1 of this bottom of the 8th inning. It's 14-3. It's been all Orleans if you're just joining us tonight. Nick Garcia out on the mound for the Firebirds. Second inning of work. 1-0 to Dugas. Called strike on the outer edge to Dugas, and it's ball and a strike now to the third baseman tonight for YD. Second AB for Dugas. Fielder's choice, his first time up there. 1-1. Popped up high and out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. DJ and I have been talking Cape League ballparks. If I had to combine broadcaster and fan experience, TJ, and Chatham barely edges out Eldridge in my 1/2.
I agree with you. I wouldn't put Eldridge too. No offense.
I think it is as good fan experience as anywhere else on the kid. 1-2 called strike 3. Dugas goes down looking for the first out here in the 8th.
The only thing I have with Eldridge is that on the third base side, there's really not that much space. You have sort of a little bit of hill down this way for people to sit on, but otherwise, there's not a whole lot. There's not many spots in the outfield you can sit and watch the game. Or at least from a clear perspective, few scattered bleachers out there, but mostly it's all the fans sit on the hill here at Eldridge.
First pitch called, strike to the pinch hitter, Jack Wold.
And which is why I'm also interested to see how people are going to decide where to sit for the All-Star game here next week.
Imagine the hill will be packed.
Yes.
The 0-1. Wold pops up left side, third baseman over for the Firebirds, and that's going to be McCabe to make the grab here for the second out of the frame for Orleans. Actually, that's Zamora. He just pinch hit for McCabe last half inning. And there's 2 down for Whitey here in the 8th. I go then, for me, it's either Katuitt or Harwich.
I like Katuitt.
I like both Katuitt and Harwich a lot. Those two remind me of each other, kind of nestled in the woods.
Yep.
Similar view as from a broadcast perspective. First pitch fouled back by Wells. It's 0-1. I think those two are right neck and neck to me.
Katuitt's got more of the sort of old-fashioned feel to it. The Kettlers, of course, most Cape League titles, a lot of history there. And, you know, their ballpark represents a little bit. Nice press box they have.
0-1 to Wells. Fouled back again to the netting. 0-2.
Now, do you have I will agree with you, Veterans Field, my favorite place to visit. When we still get to go to Chatham one more time, I believe, this summer. But food-wise, have you decided which ballpark you like the best?
I haven't tried enough food ballparks. 0-2. This is upstairs to Wells. A ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I agree with you.
We had some good food at Falmouth. I had
the fries?
They had some good fries there in Falmouth.
Fries at Falmouth.
We enjoyed that.
Very high up there.
I like Chatham's food as well. It's simple, but they have a wide variety, good selection. Of course, the donut burger is electric. 1-2 misses low, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Now, donut burger, Boston cream. There you go.
I'm a
100%.
glazed guy.
100%.
Classic glazed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Garcia to win. Foul back off the face mask of Calvin Baker behind the plate.
Yeah.
14-3, Orleans leads. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Wells. It's been a long one tonight. Up over the 3-hour mark here in the top of the 8th. How about you? What's your food of choice?
At a ballpark?
Yeah.
I'd say up here on the Cape, I usually like to go with a burger. But if I'm at a major league ballpark, I like to try some things that I know I'll probably like.
2-2 to Wells, drilled in the air, center field. Zach Daniels, fresh in the game in the center, moves over to right, and he makes the catch. YD goes down in order in the 8th. Bottom 8 coming up next. 14-3, Orleans leads. This is Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the 8th inning. It's 14-3, Orleans over YD. 8-9-1 due up for the Firebirds here in the 8th against Brady Corrigan. Still Rob Emery up there for the Firebirds. Right on right. First pitch spiked, blocked by Cardenas for ball 1. Mike Trout just hit his 30th homer of the season against it's still the Mariners tonight, right, Teach?
What?
Still the Mariners?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if they'd switch series, but
Oh yeah.
Trout
5-0
homers.
Angels.
Morgan the 1-0. Swing and a miss from Emery. A ball and a strike.
An unfortunate team to be a fan of, but gotta live with the
You have
results.
Vogelbach. That's all you need.
That's literally it.
We like Vogelbach.
Big Dan Vogelbach. Should have been in the home run derby.
1-1. Misses away. 2 balls and a strike. Along with the All-Star Derby or the All-Star Game roster getting announced today, so was the Home Run Derby roster for the Cape Cod League. 2-1. That's deep in the air to right. Eister going back on it near the track, down the line. Fair ball down into the corner. Emery cruising into second, and that's a stand-up double to lead off the 8th for the Firebirds. You got an early favorite, an early pick for the Cape League Derby, TJ.
We were talking about it earlier, and I almost completely disregarded Nico Cavadas, and he hits 3 home runs tonight. So I don't know. I should flip a coin.
He is now the Cape League leader in home runs with 7 long balls.
So one of my good friends, Lau Goldstein of Hyannis, watches Hunter Goodman, who's the representative for Hyannis, and says it's the most impressive BP you will see. The distance he hits balls, I might give the favorite to him. I'm not sure.
Iraj Anu from Katuitt also in the field, as maybe as much raw power as anybody. Baron Radcliffe, I would put in the same category as Anu. Those two, just major juice. First pitch breaking ball in there for a strike to Whitcomb. So those two maybe haven't put up the numbers, but I think the raw power is there. Hunter Goodman, I'm going to have a hard time picking against him.
We saw him a home run on 4th of July.
Yep. The 0-1 misses high and tight, a ball and a strike. And then a couple of Brewster boys, Tyler Hardman and TJ Collette. We just saw Collette smash a home run against these Red Sox.
It's Taylor Dahl.
Yeah, so that's no joke. And then maybe the hottest hitter in the league right now, Nico Cavadas, with a 3 home run night tonight. 1-1, cut on and missed, the ball and 2 strikes. That's a pretty good field.
Yeah, it is. And the thing with these guys, they're going to have to – I think they're going to have to go pull here at Eldridge. The problem with Eldridge, dead center field, 434 feet. I'm sorry, that's a long way for these guys to hit that baseball.
4 lefties, 2 righties in the field. 1-2 is fouled up near the road. CTJ didn't hit a car. Into the trees. Still a ball and 2 strikes, nobody out. Back to the Derby. So this field doesn't really favor any righties versus lefties, I think. Just discriminates against anything back up the middle.
The gaps are relatively short.
Yeah.
It's just when you get out to dead center.
1-2 is bounced foul into the Red Sox, on top of the Red Sox. A couple of former Kalamazoo Growlers in there. Both Nico Cavadas and Baron Radcliffe were with my Growlers last summer. They can both swing. Baron Radcliffe has as much raw power as I've ever seen. Cavadas is just a good hitter. 1-2, change up, misses inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. But I'm not sure if I would pick it either of these. Cavadas, I don't know how I'd feel about him in a derby. We talked with Austin Wells earlier, and he says, my swing, I'm not really a home run derby guy. He can hit home runs. Entered today with the league lead in 6, but that's not what his swing is tailored to. 2-2 grounder, left side. The shortstop Yeager has it, lasers to first in time, and that retires Whitcomb for the first out here in the 8th. Moving up to third base is Emery with 1 down.
And you're talking about guys tailored for the home run derby. That's why we talked so much about earlier. We'll throw it back to Prince Fielder, how his swing was almost tailored for a home run derby. A big uppercut swing that would easily just loft home runs, and why he won, I believe, multiple home runs.
And what worries me against Baron Radcliffe, TJ, is a lot of his power is the gap to gap and to center field. First pitch down in the dirt, and it gets past Cardenas. Coming home to score from third is going to be Emery, and he's the 15th run of the game for the Orleans Firebirds, adding to their season high in runs. They have done it all tonight against the Red Sox. A couple of home runs for them. But Baron has as much power to center field, so if anybody can get it out to 434, it's him. But my question is, that could potentially hurt him in this, not as much of a pull guy. So I have a hard time picking either Radcliffe or Cavadas. 1-0 misses upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
And you can give it a try and get out to center field. but odds are you're going to
Yeah.
come up short a few times, and that's just a few wasted swings.
If anybody can, it's Barron, but it's going to be tough for even him. 2-0. In there for a strike. 2-1 now. So I'm leaning either Hunter Goodman or TJ Collette. Collette has some major pull power. Hunter Goodman,
Collette already was in a home run derby earlier this
exactly.
year.
He's got kind of the feel for the derby and the collegiate home run derby. 2-1, just low, 3 balls and a strike. So I'm leaning either Goodman or Collette right now as an official pick. Imagine a home run derby at Red Wilson. That'd be fun.
Woo! All-Star game was last at Red Wilson in 2013.
Grounded back up the middle, and that's a base hit. Kokoska singles back through the middle, and he's aboard with one down here in the 8th for the Firebirds.
And the All-Star game starting lineup is pinned up in our printer room back at Red Wilson Field in the press box. Off the top of my head, cannot remember too many names off of that.
We'll have to give that
a couple of pros on there.
generally a pro or two in every All-Star game here in the Cape League. Runner on first, one down, and it's Zach Britton back at the plate. Britton has had a great day, a career day. 2 home runs, a double, 4 runs scored, 2 walks, 6 RBIs, casual.
He hits a home run here, he'll pass Cavadas for me.
1-0. Sky left side, fouling out of play near the road. Lost it, but I doubt it hit a color. I'm going to say that to you every time.
Great.
A ball and a strike to Zach Britton.
Still won't change my mind.
Okay.
Britton from the left side, Corrigan out there on the mound. The 1-1. Breaking ball in there for strike 2, a ball and 2 strikes. Well, this one's going to snap the 9-game winning streak Whitey had over Orleans. Orleans with a vengeance. It's been a lot of weird stuff happening between these two this season, but all Orleans tonight. Swinging a miss from Britton, and he is finally retired. For the first time tonight, Zach Britton heads back to the dugout without reaching base. He goes down swinging against Corrigan for the second out here in the week. Still a great night for him.
Yeah, still just a good off-speed pitch there from Corrigan. But reaching 5 times, driving in 6 runs, ho-hum, not at the ballpark.
You'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now Zach Daniels, infield single for Zach. Another guy with as much raw power as anybody. Called strike. Another Kalamazoo growler. Now Zach Daniels won the home run derby last summer in the Northwoods League, beating out Nico Cavadas, who was in that derby, as well as Jack Thomas Wold of the YD Red Sox. 0-1, misses upstairs, a ball and a strike.
So the way they do it here on the Cape is I believe they go through 1 round of home run hitting. Then they'll pick the 2 highest totals from that round and then put them off in a final to face off. Last year, Carter Aldretti defeated Spencer Torkelson, a couple of Arizona State Sun Devils in the final round.
1-1, misses low in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike.
And I assume they do some of the same up there in the
Yep,
Northwoods.
it's outs, and then you advance different rounds. They go division by division. They had a ton of competitors last year, too many really. But similar, honestly, a similar park last year. It was hosted in Kalamazoo. 2 balls and a strike. Pitch is in there for strike 2 to Zach.
Only 40 minutes, though, for this Cape League home run derby, so they got to condense it.
Yeah, so it was condensed. But so Kalamazoo's ballpark is 290 down the left field line and 300 to right, but it's 420 feet to center. So similar kind of conditions as here at Eldridge. 2-2, misses down low in the dirt, and the count is full. So guys, and it really is deep to the alleys. While here it's pretty shallow. So
Did
I
anyone
think,
get one out there to center?
nobody went to dead center. Zach Daniels here hit 2 out to left center where it's about 380. So he hit a couple of tanks there. And then, but the rest of his night was poles to left. This one, 2 out to shortstop. Yeager has to throw quickly to first to get Zach Daniels by a step. A 6-3 ground out ends the 8th for the Firebirds. They go scoreless for the first time in 5 innings. At the plate, they lead at 15-3 here through 8. 9th inning coming up next. This is the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the ninth. Last licks for YD. Let's see if they can come back. They're down 15-3. It's Campbell leading things off for the Red Sox against Carter Loman. Out of Louisville. Lefty. Campbell, the switch hitter from the right side. In there. First strike one. Campbell hitless today. Walked once. Fifth time to the plate, too. All Orleans today. Loman with the 0-1. Fouled back, and it's no balls and 2 strikes now to Noah Campbell.
Loman coming out of the pen.
More unlikely things have happened. 12-run ninth inning comeback, Brian.
I think it's more likely that YD comes back here than a car sit on the road.
Loman out of the wine.
No to
Very.
Campbell. Campbell crushes it foul up the first base line. I can't believe you said you aren't going to drive on a road ever out of fear that your car might get hit by a baseball. I just can't get over that.
Yeah. Everyone's got their own whatever.
The 0-2 Campbell. Misses outside. The ball and 2 strikes. I get the shark thing. A lot of people have the shark thing, but I can't get the driving in your car. A ball and 2 strikes to Campbell. Hooks up on the bat. Pitch. Curveball hit on the ground left side. Moore grabs it waist high. Throws to first to get Noah Campbell. First out of the night. Campbell goes down, and that brings up Noah Cardenas. Breakout night for the Firebirds. It's their season high in runs. I imagine it has to be hits as well. They have 18 hits on the day against the YD staff that just didn't have it. Brandon Default got the start, and Chase Walter made his debut. He wasn't bad. Carlos Lamelli also was decent. And Michael Weisberg, Gordon Ingebrigtsen, and Brady Korg. First pitch misses away to Noah Cardenas. Cardenas' second time to the plate today. He grounded out. YD just going to have to turn the page to tomorrow. They host Falmouth. The Commodores are playing some good baseball. 1-0. Misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Cardenas.
Game started off just a 1-0 ball game after one. The Firebirds tacked on 4 more in the second. Highlighted by a 3-1 shot by
Cardenas sitting from the right side. Falmouth fell tonight to Brewster in 10 innings, so the Whitecaps sneak one out in Falmouth. 2-0. This is tight to Cardenas. 3 balls and no strikes. So the Whitecaps are going to move to 27 points. Everybody in the division except the Red Sox is getting a win tonight. So ground has been gained on YD. Chatham's going to be in first. Orleans is in third. 3-0 in there for a strike to Cardenas. Chatham will be at 34 points. YD 32. Orleans at 30. Brewster 27 and Harwich 26. Razor thin separation at the moment in the Eastern Division. Nobody's safe. 3-1. This is way high and outside. Cardenas jogs down to first. Ball 4. He's aboard. 1 down in the ninth. Feels like it's anybody's division to win, TJ, and it could be anybody's to lose as well. The Mariners are playing good baseball, and they're currently in the basement. They're right there. They could still make a playoff push easily against Brewster.
And then we saw last year in the Western Division, not 1 through 5, but 1 through 4. 4 playoff teams were separated by just 4 points from top to bottom. 52 points for the Wareham Gatemen last year. Eventually won the championship.
First pitch misses away to take Samuelson for ball 1.
Then you had Falmouth at 51. You had Hyannis at 51. Then you had Falmouth at 49 and Katuah at 48. And you had Bourne, I believe, at 38 points below them.
1-0 to Samuelson. Breaking ball. Misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. All of a sudden, a tight strike zone.
Tight top of the division, but it looks like the East is going to be just like that.
Nobody has truly emerged right now as the cream of the crop. Chatham has made all their money against Orleans and YD. 2-0, swing and a miss from Samuelson, 2 balls and a strike. Coming into today, Orleans was 0-6 against the Red Sox and Anglers. They were 13-5-2 against everybody else. Chatham was 6-0-1 against Orleans and YD. They were under 500 against everybody else. So tough to get a read. 2-1, this is low to Samuelson, 3 balls and a strike.
Well, some teams are tailored better to play against some teams than others.
been Chatham's pitching staff that has gotten the best of YD in their meetings so far this year.
I've scored 3, 2, 1, and 1 against Chatham this year in 4 games.
Able to salvage the tie in the pitcher's duel last night. Another ball way outside for ball 4 to Samuelson. Back-to-back walks from Loman on the mound, and there are 2 aboard for St. Paul. There's going to be a visit out there on the mound to talk with Loman after the back-to-back walks. Hall coming to the plate for a second time today. He walked in his only time up. Great at-bat for Hall. So TJ, in your experience last season, what's the formula for a team to win it all? What would be the kind of key that you need? Is it pitching? Is it a great lineup, balance, great defense? What do you think is really the key, would you say?
It's just whose arms are going to last. And I'd say it's 2 things. You need to have arms that are going to last, because arms tire out towards the end of the year. People get sent home.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about who you can bring in and who can pitch well there at the end. These teams really have limited resources who they can bring in at the end to pitch. A lot of local guys, maybe bring them from the NECBL or someone who hasn't thrown yet this summer to come in and pitch. And then occasionally you're going to need another catcher too.
First pitch misses away to the righty Hall. 1-0.
So why did he get an extra catcher towards the end of the year last year? You need good health, obviously. You're also going to need a hitter, 1 or 2 hitters to just get unbelievably hot. Last year for Wareham was Austin Shenton, won the Cape League Championship MVP.
1-0 skips past the catcher Emery to the backstop. Both runners advance 2 in scoring position now for Hall.
Shenton really broke out, finished 3rd in the Cape League in hitting. Ended up being a 5th-round pick of the Mariners this year. But it's, when he got hot in the playoffs, it was carrying that Wareham offense. And, of course, beginning of the year, Shenton is, loaded in the lineup with number 3 overall pick Andrew Vaughn. So someone to take note of, learn a couple things from.
2-0 to Hall. Misses way outside. 3 balls and no strikes to Sam Hall. There is a base open. Orleans leads at 15-3 here in the top of the 9. They do have a righty up and tossing in their bullpen. The Firebirds, should they need it.
Got to watch Vaughn
I love moping.
a couple of times. Second doubleheader of the year last year. Wareham visited YD.
3-0 pitch.
3-0 to Hall. Breaking ball misses outside, ball 4. Loman just does not have the feel right now for any of his pitches out there. 3 straight walks. His team leading by 12, and Kelly Nicholson's seen enough. Loman just did not have it tonight. 15-3, Firebirds lead it. We'll be back hopefully for the rest of the night when we return here on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
From Tennessee.
Top of the night, back here at Eldridge Park. Whitey has the bases loaded. They're down by 12 here to the Orleans Firebirds. Andrew Eister at the plate for Whitey. Chase Wallace out of the pen, the righty. for the Firebirds. First pitch broken back, right back to Wallace. Home for one. Emery on to first in time. 1, 2, 3, double play. Ends things tonight at Eldridge Park. Whitey falls 15-3. The Orleans Firebirds win number 350 in the regular season for Kelly Nicholson. Congrats to the Orleans skipper. Great win for him. He snaps a 9-game skid against the Whitey Red Sox. So a great win for Kelly Nicholson, a milestone for him here in the Cape League, and with emphatic fashion, a thumping of Whitey tonight, TJ.
Yeah, start to finish, it was all Firebirds. Orleans, of the 8 innings they came to the plate, scored at 7 of them. You had one in the first, 4 in the second, 5 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth, 1 in the seventh, 1 in the eighth, and just front to end, just spectacular performance from the Firebirds and the staff for Orleans. Despite giving up the 9 hits, able to strain quite a few Whitey base runners today and keep them from making any real dent.
Final 15-3. Orleans over Whitey. Whitey falls to 15-11-2. Orleans improves to 14-11-2. Orleans 30 points, Whitey 32. So Whitey going to be in second, Orleans solidly in third of the Eastern Division standings. TJ, last question. How do you wipe this one clean from the memory before Whitey takes on Falmouth tomorrow?
Well, luckily, the Red Sox have had a couple games like this summer already, and they, for the most part, responded with a good pitching performance. So I would have confidence that Red Sox might come out tomorrow and have a better pitching performance. It's hard to get worse than this, but you know, I have a feeling we'll see some better pitching tomorrow from this Whitey staff. Today, you know, you're starting Brandon Duvall, a guy who struggled out of the bullpen, and again struggles here to start today. And once you get off on a bad foot, there's really nothing you can do as it just keeps spiraling downhill.
15-3 final. Orleans over the Whitey Red Sox. Orleans 18 hits, 2 errors. They left 8 on base. Whitey left the bases loaded 3 times. They scored 3 runs on 8 hits. They left 15 on base tonight. That really hurts the Red Sox. Brennan Dufault's going to take the loss for Whitey. This game took 3 hours and 30 minutes, 15-3 final. Here from Orleans. We'll talk to you tomorrow back at the Red. Red Wilson taking on Falmouth. This is the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.